The old world calls. Torn apart by the greedy, weakened and exposed, forever on the defense. But no longer.
Alright guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another Ultra Funds tournament. Today we're going to be going in with Flying Taco against Random Nicks in our first best of 3. And the second best of 3 is going to be Hadries against Ice Power Total War. So if you guys are wondering why I'm casting in absolute darkness, well, the light bulb in my room did go out and there's apocalyptic kind of fire weather outside. So I basically shut all the windows and blinds to keep like dust and stuff from getting into the house. So that is why I'm in the shadows casting, but yeah, it's going to be good. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, there's a couple sync shots in there. I'm not the best editor as it pertains to videos, but and for anyone who's wondering, that is the BFG division from the Doom soundtrack that we do use. That's it. All right, cool. So it's going to be Flying Taco against Random Nicks in our first best of 3. As far as the structure of today's tournament goes, we are using the banner rules. for attacking and engagements and spells and items. But as it pertains to limits, we're using ladder, so it's much more relaxed. There's a couple of very stringent, restrictions on like Dread Saurians and Rogue Idols, which I don't think are warranted, but it's okay. You can't have everything. Yeah. Brian Barrow, thank you for the $50 donation right out of the gates, man. He says, happy birthday, Turin. Hope you're doing well. Brian, a fine name. The name of one of my great uncles. Appreciate it, Brian Barrow. Hope you're doing well, man. And yeah, I should be about 100 at this point. We'll switch on over to the battle between Random Nicks and the Flying Taco. These fine players are ready. Now, as far as the matchups go, we have Empire against Beastmen for our first matchup here. And oh my god. Oh my god, I want to see it. So Random Nicks is Empire, which I wonder if he's going to go like super artillery heavy, like steam tanks. Flying Taco's Beastmen. Maybe just a bunch of Cygors, because obviously we're playing ladder rules, so he could bring like, 3 Cygors if he wants to. Brian Barrow, man, thanks for kicking off the stream with a absolute fire. All right, let's do it, man. Hopefully we don't run into any lag or any issues. Obviously it is a big problem with this format, but it seemed okay when we were testing before, so... Imperialist Gondola, thank you for the $5. Hey, Turin, did your power go out a couple days ago? Yes, it did. Mine was out for 4 days. Shit, man. Mine was only out for like 20 minutes. 4 days. Damn, dude. That is pretty brutal for sure. If I had unlimited funds, what faction would you pick? It's hard to say, because you only have 40 slots. But obviously, whoever could form just a disgusting doom stack like Vampire Coast with like Colossus would probably be really powerful. Yeah. There's a bunch of factions that if you just had like a doom stack of their best unit, it would be really oppressive, obviously. Samuel Christensen, hope you're staying safe in Cali, Turin. Forest fires are no joke, they're not. A couple of my friends actually had to be evacuated. It's pretty serious for sure. And Sunny D, welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. You can see it should be appearing now. Chuck Norris doing a roundhouse kick as you join the Dukes of Haggard. I thought that was fitting. Sunny D, and holy shit, Gallahan, are you making a nice Dune reference? I believe the trailer for the new Dune series will be dropping. Gallahan with a $300 donation. Dude, guys, it's too early in the morning for this this type of stimulation. Gallahan, thank you so much. Holy shit, man. A $300 from Gallahan. God damn, Gallahan. That is far too generous, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, you've always been a great supporter here, man. Appreciate it. Gallahan, you're an ace. And hopefully this battle is to your liking. Oh my god, look at the artillery line here for the Sons of Sigmar. It's the Haggard lead. It's the Dukes of Haggard. That was the one I liked the most. I was going to put it to vote, but I'm like, the Dukes of Haggard is just so good. Oh, it didn't update though. It was supposed to update with Chuck Norris doing a roundhouse kick. Oh, I'm disappointed. All right, we'll have to get that for the next one. So for the forces here of Random Nicks, he's got a huge artillery line, which is pretty uncommon against Beastmen. Normally Beastmen can rush it too effectively, but in this case, obviously, he's got great cannons. It looks like Hellstorm rocket batteries. Yeah, so it's all great cannons and Hellstorms, just mass spearmen and swordsmen, a bunch of Empire Knights. It looks like Volkmar the Grim and a Light Wizard with nets and Foz protection. His front line is going to be more or less a Rohirrim charge here of the Reiksguard. Oh my god, Reiksguard Knights and Empire Knights into the sunset. It's too early. I know, I slept in pretty bad. Gallahan, thank you, man. It's everything you could ask for. The erect elector counts, I know. It's so good, man. It's so good. So yeah, this is the entire Empire army, more or less a gun line or a cannon line backed up by a bunch of heavy cav. And for the Beastmen, which is what's really cool about this, I don't think we saw Beastmen on the last of these wars here. They just have a massive herd of Ungor Spearmen herds, Poison Hounds in the secondary, Centaurs with great weapons, Bestigors, actually 5 Bestigors in total, backed up by Minotaurs, including the Butchers of Kalkengard, as well as the Razor Gore herds. Now, the center mass of the army is going to be backed up by Morkar the Shadowgave here. You got a Deathcaster with the Purple Sun and a Gorbel as well. Kutas Tady says, hey, Turin, just found out I passed an exam with a 65% score. 2 more exams to go. Hey, good luck, man. You got to take what you can. Win or lose, man. A win's a win, baby. Good job, brother. Good job. All right. Looks like they're ready. I'm quite excited. This is going to be super micro-intensive here for these Empire Knights. I guess the Beastmen army is arguably more micro-intensive. All the Hounds and Minotaurs and other things are going to have to, really micro here. That is going to be pretty trying indeed. So ready when you are, says the Flying Taco. Man, that is a large bar. Yeah, they're looking at the the numbers up top, I think, to kind of take inventory of what their opponent may be bringing. Good luck, have fun. I'll let them know they can get this party started. These 2 fine gentlemen pick their armies very quickly, which is always good. Minobus arrives at the destination, I bet. 15 angry cows is what Random Nicks is predicting. Well, Not as much of a Mino bus as you would expect. I was actually thinking it would be like all Minotaurs, but yeah, we'll see. The Empire is going to be unleashing the Powder of Sigmar, of course. All those Hellstorms as well as the Great Cannons are going to be shooting, so raining some righteous fire here on the advancing Beastmen forces. You can see the Gore herds in the front line going to be taking a pretty substantial pounding here. Granted, I think they're going to want to switch on to the Bestigors that are in the deep reserve here. These Bestigors will, of course, hurt pretty bad against the Reiksguard Knights, the Empire Knights. They're just a solid, AP unit in general. And now they have switched. The Hellstorm rocket batteries are going after the Bestigor herds. And the frontline fighting is about to be underway as the first line of the Gore herds will be collapsing into the Spearmen of Sigmar. I would imagine the Reiksguard Knights will charge, but remember, this is ultra fun, so players have a ton of stuff they have to micro. It's going to be probably a lot less, super optimal, super tight plays here and there. On the far side, we have a big engagement as well. Hounds into spears. We have the Empire Knights being swarmed by a million Centaurs with great weapons, so this is going to be an absolute disaster for these Empire Knights. They have some Spearman support here, but these Empire Knights and this whole flank, I would imagine the Beastmen probably could do a good job of collapsing it. And you can see here, yeah, the Empire is losing this trade. Here, the Reiksguard Knights and Spearmen are being overwhelmed by Gore Bolins, the Bushes of Kalkengard. And now on the front line, though, the front line, many of the engagements probably will go very well here for the Sons of Sigmar. I mean, the Empire Knights getting a nice frontal charge backed up by spears. Same thing's going down right here as well. Those Gore herds are taking quite a bit of damage. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Center engagement, Bestigors kind of getting worn down. Hellstorm rocket batteries, friendly firing into their own Spearmen. Classic stuff indeed, taking some pro tips from the Skaven. But if you look at the Empire backline, guys, a big concern is the fact that the entire backline of the Empire is pretty much more or less undefended. So if the Beastmen are able to push through here, if these Spearmen collapse, ooh, it is going to be rough to protect those. Granted, it looks like Random Nix has some Empire Knights back there, and he was able to win this engagement against the Hounds and Centaurs, so he perhaps could pull back these Swordsmen and other assets to keep his artillery shooting. Now on this side of the battlefield, this is certainly the epicenter of combat. We have Volkmar the Grim leading a charge of the Reiksguard into the Butchers of Kalkengard, who are being point-blank shot by the Great Cannons here in the back. The Great Cannons, of course, shooting, and the Soulfire going down. Didn't do too much against the Butchers, but yeah, I mean, the Empire artillery is still going, but yeah, there's a lot to protect here, man. I mean, he's got a couple tattered Reiksguard Knights back there, but when the Minotaurs start tearing through the back line and getting into the juicy artillery, it's going to be very tough. So big old overhead look at the battlefield. Empire's doing well here. Beastmen, of course, able to break through the Empire pocket here. It's only a matter of time before these Empire Knights fall. And yeah, you're having to use your Empire Knights to fend off spears, which is definitely not fun. Those spears will eventually push through. And now the Minotaurs have gotten into the back line for the Flying Taco, and they are going to be tearing through the Hellstorm rocket batteries. You can see this is a big loss right here. And the problem is they're just going to Tokyo drift all across that back line. And yeah, the Great Cannons are going to go offline. That is a lot of pain the Empire is going to be suffering. But I mean, if the Empire can win other engagements, that'll be certainly, very, very nice for them. But we'll see. Centaurs with great weapons and Minotaurs trying to come back here. Loose Centaurs and Bestigors able to break through the front line. There's so many just breaks in the Empire back line. It's so much to protect. It makes me wonder that, the Empire is very spread out. What if they had just gone tighter and kept like all 6 or 7 artillery next to each other? Something I usually don't think is good, but maybe in Ultra Funds, when you have more assets to really protect that one valuable position, that could have been something to consider. So here, the Bestigors have gotten here to the Hellstorm rocket batteries. The crews are going to be getting cleaved asunder by these angry goat people. You can see that one guy getting halved right there. On the far side, Empire is crumbling across the board. Reiksguard Knights and the artillery positions are really in a lot of trouble. And here it went okay. I mean, the Empire was able to get Volkmar the Grim and, have some decent trades in the infantry game. But, I mean, they mostly have swordsmen. Like, the Empire was banking super, super heavily on their massive artillery line, which didn't pay the troll toll. Random Nix is a man of style, for sure. I really do appreciate, seeing this glory, but yeah, against Beastmen, I guess it just didn't pan out. But who knows what the meta is for this, right? Random even mentioned that before the game. He's like, I have no idea what is good in this fund account. So players are experimenting, of course, but, Flying Taco went with Old Faithful, right? Just a nice Beastmen rush with, ample support and Centaurs and Racergors and Minotaurs, and, it was pretty straightforward. Yeah, you could have gone Steam Tanks for sure. You could, maybe a couple Demogryph Knights would have been really nice. To like sweep up the Minotaurs and other targets like that. The State Troopers are fighting to the bitter end, but the entire backline of the Empire is in shambles, and the Beastmen herd has pushed over the Empire. Balance of power, point of no return, 100%. It's Volkmar the Grim versus the world. Well played to Random Nix and Flying Taco. That is going to be game 1 in this best of 3 going to the Bray herd as they clean up the last of these brave Sons of Sigmar who are going to have to retreat back and hopefully not be hunted by the Beastmen on the way back. Yeah, that's a route all right. Minotaur is definitely very scary. I'm trying to think what would be the most optimal way to play Empire. Maybe just a ton of handgunners backed up by cav. I don't know. There's so many different ways you can play. Yeah, and Empire 2 has a lot of micro. I mean, both players do, but Random Mix and Flying Taco are both top tier players. Both of them actually have qualified for the ECL Season 5 Grand Finals, both of these guys. So yeah, they're obviously capable of microing armies like this, but It's something. That's a lot of moo, all right. Yeah, random taco and flying mix. Yeah, no, that sounds about accurate, man. Gallahan, Samuel, Gondola, Brian Barrow, thank you guys so much. Sunny D, appreciate it. It was a glorious build by Random Nicks, but the Hellstorm rocket batteries did not pay for themselves. They definitely got canned pretty good. I mean, like 20, 30 kills. Like, yeah, that was a wild one. The Empire needs Doom Wheels, perhaps so. Doom Wheels are a solution to pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and put them on the old Ruins of Paravon. We'll do this map. Map set. All right, so players are going to do their picks and bans now. We'll just hang out, enjoy life. Steam tanks definitely are worth bringing, I think. Yeah, against Beastmen in Ultra Funds. Yeah, hell yeah. It's like terror causing. It's pretty hard to kill. Falcon says Volkmar with Reichsguard. That's the reason for the loss. Yeah, if Franz had been escorting his personal Reichsguard, perhaps it would have been a very different battle. Falcon, I agree. That is some sound logic, my friend. Yes, same as usual. So yeah, we're doing banner rules for picks and bans and not army limits, but for rules of engagement and spells and whatnot. But yeah, so they can do their thing here. Empire wagons, you know it would have been pretty great for Random Nicks if he had brought like a huge doom stack of like wagons. Oh my god, imagine if he had brought like as many war wagons as possible. Yeah, I played some Crusader Kings 3. There might be a stream tomorrow, I'm not sure. I want to do a multiplayer stream, so I'm gonna try and get some folks together and put us all on one of the islands or something and just have us fight over it or work together. We're not sure. Sunny D, the rules for the tournament can be found in the Discord. So in the tournament rules section, if you're in there. If you're not, we'll be dropping links to Discord. As a matter of fact, if you scroll up, you can see Wicked D did drop a link to Discord. So just join there and go to the tournament rules section, and you'll be able to see that. Yeah, Satsuma, very good analysis, man. Satsuma, if you ever want to play in one of these, let me know, man. Slaneshi, what's up? How's it going? Mass Flagellant Tarpit could have been pretty good too, Gallahan. Yeah, I actually think that'd be pretty obnoxious, like Flagellant Sigmar Sons. Maybe just like an Empire. What about an Empire Death Star? Like double Warrior Priest or Warrior Priest Volkmar with like some sort of a support caster. And just like an unbreakable Death Star against the Beastmen. That would have been really interesting, actually. Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird stuff you can do. So, let's see. Flying Taco goes Bretonnia banning Dawi and Vampire Coast. Oh, we got a Bretonnia. We got a Bretonian build, baby. It's coming. So Random Nicks is on the pick now. So we'll see what he picks. He can't pick his beloved Vampire Coast and Dwarves, which he's very good at both of those factions. So very, very good pick and ban here by the Taco. The Taco is a force to be reckoned with. He is indeed. And yeah, both these players, if you go take a look, you can see fairly certain they both qualified. Yeah. Flying Taco qualified for the ECL Season 5 on the 4th week and Random Nicks on the 7th week. So both did get in there, and you'll be seeing them in the grand finals. Perhaps a rematch between these two gentlemen, depending on how this series goes. We'll see. We'll have some fun with it. But of course, for anyone joining today, we'll take a look at the bracket. It's Flying Taco versus Random Nicks in our first set of games, and then the second set of games is going to be Hadries against Ice Power Total War, and of course, the grand finals will be the winner of those two games. Now, the finals are just going to be best of 3 because in Ultra Funds, the battles go really long. So I think that's probably like a better call. Hey, Thrain, the mighty dwarf king. Thrain the Second, thank you for becoming a new member here on the channel. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. Yes. Palpatine has welcomed you. I thought I replaced him with Chuck Norris, but you know what? Palpatine's always a welcome inclusion. Hey, Thrain. Appreciate it, man. Hope all is well in your dwarven keep. Okay, so we got lizards. Wow. Okay, so normally I've always considered lizards to be like a super hard counter against Bretonnia, but a lot of high level players lately have been telling me, hey, it's not as bad as you think. And also we're on Ultra Funds, so we'll have to see how this unfolds. Should be good. Oh yeah, buddy. Can we get a full stream in before the next blackout? Oh god, I hope so. How's Wookie doing? He's doing good. Yeah, he's just old and decrepit and, causing problems. And Wookie is such an annoying dog. We love him with all our hearts, but God, he is obnoxious. He just like sits like under the bed where you can't reach him, and he just smacks his lips and like oh God, he's just like, he's such a troll. Hey, Scott Walker, thank you, and welcome to the Dukes of Haggard as well. The Legion of the Legion grows, man. The Dukes grow in number. Oh, dude, Scott Walker, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Palpatine will welcome you shortly. Yeah. Sunny D. Turin, you gonna check out Necromunda? I might give it a try. Yeah, I might give it a try. I'm not sure. I just hear Palpatine shrieking in the background. What can lizards do against such reckless trebuchets? Well, if we see the dreaded 10 or 11 trebuchet build again, you know, I don't know. Last time we did see 10 field trebuchets on the battlefield at once. Granted, a couple of them were blessed trebuchets, so you have to mix it up to surpass the limit. Yeah. Hey, my lovely wife is here. Everyone say cheshed to Lady Turin. Wookie have more of your shirts? Yeah, he probably does. I mean, there's like clothes that I've been missing for a long time that I'm pretty sure have just been dragged to the depths of hell by Wookie. It's been sacrificed to the gods. Hey, Scott, thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, the Dukes of Haggard was my favorite one, so we just went with it. Yeah, Gotrek is good here. I mean, there's a couple strange builds you can do. You can use Grail Knights with Curse of the Midnight Wind plus Sword of Corone to lower armor by 60, and they can really melt dinos. But, you know, in an Ultra Funds environment, that might be a little bit tricky. We'll see. Yeah, I heard Necromunda was quite buggy. Yeah. The ungodly 11 trebs, yeah. Definitely, man. I think we'll see it, though. I think Taco will bring trebuchets, because Temple Guard are probably going to be common here since they have so much extra money. And trebuchets are pretty good at pounding down Temple Guard and things like that, so. Yeah. People are saying hello in all the different languages. That's great. Can we see Wookie? Yeah. I don't see why we couldn't do it this stream. So after this battle, I'll grab him and you guys can see him. I'll give him some pets on camera. He'll love that. Hammond, do you live in Ventura? Lady Turn and I want to move there, like really, really badly. We've been actively seeking that out. Yes, I'll grab the Wookiee for you after this game. Thoughts on ultra low funds? It's interesting. It's not as like something that's really I feel like it's not as interesting as ultra funds, but it's something we could consider trying. Scott Walker, here comes the sacred Croxagores. Yeah, you know, I actually think Random Nicks might come in with Power Fist Croxagores, the Boxagores. Those guys are actually pretty good against heavy cav if they're saturated with infantry. They're really underrated against Bretonnia, I feel. Soul Reaver, love your content. Hey, man. Right back at you, man. Appreciate your support. Can you imagine Vanguard Artillery in Game 3? What would that be? Which faction would have that? Maybe like Elves? King of the Hill? I might do a King of the Hill. Today's Wednesday, so maybe like Friday or something. I'm not sure. There's going to be some sort of a big tournament this weekend. I'm not sure what the format's going to be, but there'll be something going on. All right, Flying Taco and the Random Nicks are ready. Let us go ahead and get this party started. Turn, who's your go-to beginner faction to learn the ropes? So here's the thing. I am a space whale. If you just want like a simplistic faction and you don't want to like stress your micro, you know, Chaos, Norska, like those type of aggressive factions are good. But what I would recommend for beginners are just learn the Empire, because though you might struggle at first, when you get good at the Empire, you're going to be good at heavy cav. You're going to be good at skirmish cav. You're going to be able to master missile infantry. You'll learn how to deal with, you know, rallying your infantry. Like, it'll be harder at first, but if you can get good at them, it'll be a more valuable lesson. Greenskins I also recommend. They're a really good dynamic roster. Vampire Coast is obviously very strong too, if you want one that's like a little bit, you know, on the higher end there. We have a new member, the Simp for a Ponce. Is that Hannibal? I can't tell what that picture is. Oh, it looks like it's like a Photoshop or something. Hey, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Dukes of Haggard, man. Welcome. I hope your relationship with Rapunzel is treating you well. Thank you, brother. Slaneshi Slut, Ventura would put you in the fire zone. It would. We want to move there, though. Yeah, I grew up like near that area. I grew up in Ojai, which is very close. And we want to live near the ocean. At least you have the ocean breeze and air to kind of, you know, help things out. Thank you guys so much, man. Sim for Rapunzel. I know, it's pretty funny, dude. Thank you. Thank you guys for becoming members. Joining the Dukes of Haggard. All right. So for the forces of Random Nicks, it's going to be a Dread Legion of Spears and Temple Guard. Oh my god, that is a lot of infantry. Yeah, Spears and Temple Guard into the sunset. We have the... yeah, that's pretty much it. His entire army is Temple Guard and Spears, which against Bretonnia is going to be quite a pain to get rid of, for sure. Oh, we got Nakai the Wanderer, baby! Here we go! I think it's Hannibal Buress and Danny DeVito. Yeah, I think so. That's what I was thinking also. All right, guys. Nakai the Wanderer is here. Oh, baby, he treats us well. You know, Random Nicks, win or lose, man. He's getting the business going. It's going to be Nakai and a Heaven's Caster. So he is going for a little bit of armor sundering there. And now for the rest of his army, it's going to be Skink Skirmishers, a bunch of Cold One Riders, and double Laser Dinos. And not going with like a Dread Saurian or any big beasties. Yeah, that's pretty great, man. That's pretty great indeed. Yeah, I've been to Long Beach several times. I've always enjoyed it down there. It is a lot of units. It is, I know. And now for the Legions of Bretonnia, we have Peasant Mobs. Front line's just going to be Men-at-Arms Chaff. Triple Pegasus Knight. All right. Things are getting very, very spicy. Yeah, Nakai is overcosted, Andrew. That's why he's one of the worst lords in the game, is because he's supremely overcosted. But if Nakai in Ultra Funds, you're not going to suffer as much for him being overcosted, and he can certainly be impactful. But yeah, like that's the thing. He's bad just because he's overcosted. Yeah. And now for the forces here of Bretonnia, it's going to be King Lewin, Blessed Trebuchets in the back, Archers in the secondary, and a million Cav units, which, I mean, we could go over them all, but it's going to be Grail Knights, Questing Knights, Grail Guardians. It's just a bunch of elite Cav in the back. Yeah. Nakai came for revenge. He heard I was talking shit, and he's like, here we go. Ryan, I have not played Troy. No. I have not. I see Nakai more often than Tehannawin. Tehannawin's better than Nakai, in my opinion. I mean, he can summon Mancores. He has good mounts options. A pretty good item as well. That imbues poison to nearby dudes. Like, you can put Tehannawin on a big, Stegodon beast also. Like, Nakai, if he costs, like, 200 less, would probably be a good pick. Like, it'd be worth it. Because he's kind of like that medium ground between going for, like, a super heavy monster lord and getting kind of a low-tier, like, Saurus-type lord. But, unfortunately, he just costs almost as much as, like, the big mounted lords, which just makes it not good. Nakai the Wanderer is the best lizard. I have to agree. He's pretty cool, for sure. Hey, Nakai, thank you so much for the donation, man. Really appreciate it. So Trebuchets are shooting in. It looks like they're going after the Cold One Rider. Certainly not a bad choice. And the Bretonnian horde of peasants is certainly going to get flattened very quickly. And, man, Flying Taco's army is so micro-intensive. Like, if he leaves any of those Cavs sitting in combat versus the freaking Spears or Temple Guard, he's just going to get dunked on so badly. Pegasus Knights could come back here as well. And if he's able to pull the Cold One Riders away, maybe bait them into the frontline engagements, the Pegasus Knights could charge in. Looks like he's going to be going for a charge here against Saurus Spears, but dude, Taco's going to have to pull these guys back so quickly to justify this. So here comes the Companions. Companions able to get a nice charge into the Cold One Riders here, backed up by King Lewin, but you can see how quickly the Pegasus Knights are just getting slam-jammed, space-jammed over there. Certainly not good for those guys. Peasant Mobs and, Knights of Bretonnia, Questing Knights charging in the front as well. Pegasus Knights doing a frontal charge. It's a little bit aggressive, honestly. I feel like the Pegasus Knights should maybe just go back here and kill the Bastillodons, but again, we'll see how it goes. Of course, peasants across the board are just crumbling, really. You can see here the peasant mobs are kind of getting buckled down here. And yeah, the lizards are already pushing into the back line, which is very concerning for sure. Bretonnia, of course, has its big nasty Cav force with some of these elite Cav units, but they're having a bad time. The Skinks are able to poke them down and poison them, and then the Lizard Cold One Riders stacked with Temple Guard are able to really push those bad boys, back into the Shadow Realm here. Balancer is obviously even at this point. Lewin going for a flank overload. I think Bretonnia kind of has to yield this side of the battlefield. They simply just don't have the resources to hold back this Lizard onslaught, I don't think. So pulling all your assets back this direction and trying to win this flank, I think is good, where King Lewin is fighting and some of the biggies, the big boys, are kind of doing the heavy lifting. So here we have Questing Knights, we have Lewin, and they are able to break the Saurus Spears with the Pegasus Knight support, which is quite nice. And now, potentially a backline rotation here, going after the Solar Engine. Also, it looks like these Cold One Riders are going to be pulled into open field, at which point, the Grail Knights and the Companions should be able to turn around and fight them with Lewin's support right here. But over here, like I said, Peasant Archers being chased down by Temple Guard. Cold One Riders are also saturating into the back line. And the Grail Guardians are still kind of rotating. Maybe you can force an overextension, but you can see, yeah, some of the Questing Knights down here just taking some heavy casualties. And both Trebuchets over here are still shooting, which is certainly good. But you can see here the Temple Guard are rotating, and the Field Trebuchets are actually running away, which is pretty hilarious for sure. But yeah, it's going to be something. Peasant Archers getting some nice crossfire, actually taking out these Temple Guard. That's a pretty good value right there for them. And here we have Lewin and the boys able to get a big Cav engagement and crump those Cold One Riders. Maybe they could actually turn and go after the Temple Guard here. Perhaps not the worst idea, but yeah, I think taking out the Laser Dinos certainly would be prudent. On the far side of the battlefield, the Bretonnians using their mobility. The Questing Knights and the Pegasus Knights were able to kill the Cold One Riders. So, even though many of the melee engagements went horribly, and some of the Cav engagements haven't been the best either, Flying Taco has been able to pull apart much of the Lizard army. They're very disconjointed. And if you take a big kind of look here, in this part of the battlefield, you can see Bretonnia looks pretty dominant here, actually. They a lot of blue and red here, or blue and maroon, and not too much Lizardmen. Lewin going in, going to be jumping on this Bastillodon with the Solar Engine. Pegasus Knight's getting a fat charge as well, and a bunch of damage is going to be going down there. And these Temple Guard probably going to be next, currently occupied by Spearmen at Arms. That fight will take quite some time, but Lizards have done well up on the high ground too. Trebuchet crews are running for the hills. Spearmen just kiting in every which direction, and yeah, that's what Taco really needs to do. He needs to be really annoying and just like, you know, split up his entire army and then try and kill all the mobility here of this Lizard army. Here we have some Grail Guardians fighting the good fight. They'll do okay against Golden Riders. They're really tanky. They do, of course, lack the offensive output, but, you know, with superior numbers, they should be able to defeat the Golden Riders simply because of how good their stats are there. But Lewin and the boys just rotating around to the backfield. Bounce of power is pretty darn even at this point. Certainly anyone's game. But Lewin looking like he wants to go deep and maybe fight Nakai, which he can certainly win in a vacuum. But not if there's Temple Guard nearby. Temple Guard are going to be quite scary. And he gets severe charge. Is Nakai going to be taking the damage? It looks like Nakai does weather that first attack from Lewin. Lewin comes in for a second one, does make contact. And Grail Knights are now charging in against Temple Guard. This is pretty dicey for sure, especially since Random Nyx has been able to respond using the Primal Roar, buffing up the Temple Guard. Their melee attack is 71. The Knights of Bretonnia need to get out of there, man. Those Grail Knights are going to get dunked on in this engagement. But, I mean, I guess Random Nyx is maybe, or excuse me, Flying Taco is just doing this just to, you know, try and get some damage on Nakai, but all these anti-large halberds are just shanking Lewin to the back. His armor is lowered, and Nakai is getting that big old beat stick and just giving the business to Lewin here, which is pretty scary for sure. And yeah, you can see for the first time in the game, the bounce of power does go in the favor of the Dinos, as the King of Bretonnia takes a massive hammering there, and also getting blasted by a laser dino. The Bretonnia Knights are doing an okay job, you know, just picking off things where they can, but every engagement they take is against Spears and Temple Guard, which is extremely punishing for sure. Like, they're taking casualties, even in these very casual engagements. Lewin is able to get away, and obviously Lewin could heal. The summons are on the battlefield here for Bretonnia. There is a Feral Manspore. Feral Manspore is trying to do what it can against Nakai, but Nakai able to get that beat stick with the support of those Temple Guard and the Primal Roar, really juicing up the offensive output of those Temple Guard. And here the spears are broken. One laser dino is broken. Bretonnia's cav is looking more and more sparse as I look around the battlefield. We have a couple Grail Guardians up here who are able to win against those Golden Riders. And over here, King Lewin's back. I don't know what he's going to be able to do, though. Some of the trebuchets actually have come back online. Look, this corner camping, this line camping trebuchet, of course, about to be cornered here by these Temple Guard. And yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for sure. Yeah, it's just looking like it's going to be so hard for Bretonnia to win this. I mean, they are getting decent damage, but there's so many spears and so many Temple Guard. Nice Flock of Doom right there. Able to hit the Sar spears as well as the Temple Guard units from the Damsel of Beasts. And King Lewin is back as well, but he's taking Skink Poking Fire. Maybe go after this Bastillodon back here would be a nice freebie. But just like I said, like even when they do catch some spears out, look at the casualties these Bretonnia Knights took. They're so damaged at this point. So here they come. The Bastillodon about to be jumped by a horde of Bretonians. It would have been cool to see some Royal Hippo Knights too in this build. It would have been pretty scary for sure. Maybe even like Foot Squires and Trebuchets. That would have actually really probably crushed this. Not crushed, but been good against this Lizard build more or less. And you can see here the Bastillodon with the Solar Engine getting a little bit worn down, but the trades are not going well for the Knights of Bretonnia. King Lewin being rammed by this mighty beast, and obviously Nakai is nearby as well. Questing Knights pushing in. And we have a couple very tattered Questing Knights as well, but this is going to be the end of Bretonnia, I think. I think this is the final battle for the fate of Middle-earth, and we will see. It looks like Nakai's haggard legion of spears and Temple Guard are going to be claiming victory this day. Let's go ahead and get some cinematic shots of Nakai just being an angry alligator. Just biting. He's such a cool lord, too. That's the shame about him. Yeah, like I said, in Ultra Funds, Nakai isn't going to be as bad, because, like, oh no, 200 gold extra you're losing in, like, a massive Funds game. You're not going to feel it as much as you would in, like, a smaller Funds game where it's, like, really tight. That's the difference between bringing a great item and not bringing one. But there you have it. We got a donation from Samuel Hay. He says, let's get a Chaos Mirror match. Oh, God, no. Please. Samuel, no. Please, Anakin, I'm too weak. All right. That's a tied-up series. Random Nyx and the Taco are at 1-1. Nakai's Dread Legion able to do some work. And we will do this map. Map set. All right, so now the players will do their picks and bans. We will hang out and enjoy each other's company until then. And that's it. Poor Bretonnia. I mean, a lot of people, yeah. Bretonnia really struggles against Lizardmen. It's very, very tough. It's very, very tough. The Palpatine from Mastamani. Nice, dude. Same as Banner. 3 facts. So just treat it like a regular tournament as far as picks and bans go. Add some delicious water. Delicious indeed. Turin, you've inspired me to start playing quick battles, and I've been going in with my boy Helman Gorst. Dude, Trogdor, what a hero, man. Are you going with the dreaded Foot Gorst, or are you going in on his cart? I haven't seen the new Dune trailer yet, no. I used to play the Dune RTS game. It was so much fun summoning the sandworms. I'll definitely check it out. I will definitely check it out. The car scene is strong in Ventura. Are you talking about like car culture? Or are you talking about traffic? Yeah, I grew up in Ventura more or less. Like I know it like the back of my hand. Oh, summon the Wookiee. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, I'll summon the Wookiee. All right, 1 second, guys. I'll get him. I don't know. It's kind of dark in here. You might not be able to see him, but I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So Wookiee is here. Oh, he's so hard to see him, though. He's my little old man. He's such a smelly dog. Yeah, Wookiee smells like you've been getting into some trash, buddy. So this is Wookiee, if you guys haven't seen him. This is the Nurgle Beast of the channel. There you go. There he is. Yeah, you see a little gremlin, though. Yeah, I know. I know, Wookiee. What's your favorite faction? I feel like Wookiee would like, I don't know. Players are doing their picks right now, which is good. It's pretty dark. I mean, I could throw on some light for a second. Hold on. Oh, 1 sec, guys. I have a light here, but the motor is broken on it, so it's like really. There he is. All right, you can see him. He's really small though. Wookiee's a tiny little guy. He probably only weighs like 8 pounds. He's just like, screw this shit. And you can see his tongue like always hangs out of his mouth. He's really old. He's like, I don't know. We don't know how old he is, but we're guessing like 14 or 15, give or take. Here. There you go, Wookiee. Well, okay, good enough. I know, buddy. It's okay. He's my little old man. All right, let's go put him back. He's like, take me back to my bed. All right, guys, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Turin, is Falcon playing today? Not today. I wanted to give a couple other players a chance to play because, I wanted to. Last time we had 4 folks. I wanted to make sure 4 other players could also play, but he'll be back. Don't you guys worry. Don't you worry, my friends. I see the sins of humanity and our ultimate hubris in the visage of that pupper. Yeah, he's old, man. Wookiee is an old, crusty beast. All right, so Random Nix for his 3 factions picks Coast, Greenskins, and Dwarves. And Flying Taco's going to go Skaven, banning Coast. So it's going to be Skaven versus either Greenskins or Dwarves. Although Dwarves and Ultra Funds might actually be good against Skaven. Like, that is an interesting thing to experiment with. I wonder if Random will go with it. I mean, Greenskins would be the safer pick. But, yeah, I mean, in Ultra Funds, it changes the metagame for sure. Yeah, he kind of is like a little Vargulf, yeah. He really is. He's a little gremlin creature. I'm leaving a like on the stream just because of the dog, says Leandro. Hey, that's fair play. I would do the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, we rescued Wookiee from a shelter in 2011, and when we got him in 2011, they said Wookiee was 2 years old. So if that statement is true, then Wookiee would be 11 years old right now. But that is most certainly not true. We took him to the vet shortly after, and they're like, he's probably more in the range of like 4 or 5. And they just lied to you about his age, or they just didn't know his age and they just guessed. So in reality, Wookiee is probably like, 13, 14, 15 in that range. We don't really know, but he's definitely pretty decrepit. But he's loving in his way. He loves Lady Turin. I can't blame him, of course. So do I. But he'll go after me if I'm like, or he'll try and block me from getting hanging out with Anna. It's really funny. Nakai the Chad, praise be to the Nurgle Beast, Lord Wookiee. I know. Had a 19-year-old Australian Shepherd. Damn. Mr. Pig, oldest dog I ever knew, was 16. Yeah, my dog from my childhood lived to be about 16. The Coda Pup, how far in are we? We are on our first best of 3. We're on game 3, the rubber match between these two fine gentlemen. It's going to be Skaven against Greenskins. Should be quite a bit of fun. Excited to see how this one unfolds. Wookiee's pretty ancient, yeah. He is. Sir Colot says, greetings from Manchester, UK. Wish I could done... Oh, please, dude. Save your money, man. Hope you're doing well. And welcome. I always enjoy going to the UK. I've been to Horsham a couple times. I think we landed at Heathrow Airport. I can't remember which one it was. Scott Walker, thank you for the $2. Warning, don't feed it after midnight. Dude, I actually, Scott, I rewatched the Gremlins movie a couple months back. Dude, like, there's something about, like, 1980s practical effects that are just super disturbing, Like in The Thing and Gremlins and just all those, like, movies. Like, even in RoboCop, like, all that stuff is kind of, like, it really is, like, disturbing in a way. Oh, he's going Dwarves. So Random Nix is going to go Dwarves actually against Skaven. Now, normally this is a hard counter. Skaven just dump all over the Dwarves. But in this case, obviously with the extra funds, perhaps that's what Dwarves need to really pull ahead here in this battle. Turin, if I had to guess what's the next Total War game. So Warhammer 3 is 100% the next one, would be my guess. Slashy Slut says, screw that noise, feed him anyways. We always feed Wookiee after midnight, yeah. Well, he'll find treats and food that's fell on the floor, and he's a little trash diver. And plus, Wookiee is like notorious for trying to get into trash. Like if there's a bag, you'll find him in it. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. Ultra Funds is certainly a very fun format. Yeah, Gremlins was a fun movie though. Yeah. Yeah, practical effects were great. Yeah, I really enjoy that time period of movies. Ryan G, kind of impressed how the Cold Ones took down a few Grail Knights for being a cheaper unit. Yeah, it wasn't just in a vacuum though, Ryan. The Lizards were getting engagements like on spears, and then the Grail Knights would fall back, and then the Lizards would chase them down. So in a vacuum, the Grail Knights would win, but obviously they are pretty efficient there. They have anti-large, they have better AP values, so they can trade pretty well. When's the next head-to-head planned? Probably a ways off, because I want to make sure my hand can like play that many games in a row. So I'm going through physical therapy. So hopefully in the next like 4 or 5 weeks, I'll be able to get that going. Thank you guys, man, for all your support. The challenge of every stream. It's not a challenge, man. If you just start talking about, dude, you know what movie I watched recently too? That is so freaking funny. Is Delta Force with Chuck Norris. If you guys haven't seen it, it's just like one of the most absurd movies ever. Delta Force with Chuck Norris. Just watch it. You won't regret it. A full Eshin army. I think they both want to win this. There's a $25 prize. It's not a huge one, but there is a prize for this tournament. So, maybe I'll raise the prize as well. Who knows? Oh yeah, The Thing was such a scary... I mean, that Lady Turin and I, if we talk about our favorite horror movies, The Thing is by far up there. It's so good. Yeah, it's Yawning Firefly finishing the head-to-head with Sotek. It depends, because sometimes the save files, if there's been a couple patches since then, so I don't know about the status of the save file or the gameplay. We'll have to take a look at that. But otherwise, I'll do another one with him sometime. Yeah. Dude, you know you love Delta Force. Robert Druin. Delta Force is great. It's a glorious masterpiece of cinema. The rocket shooting motorcycles, I know, it's so good. Jean jackets, dude, I love jean jackets. Oh, man. Yeah. Delta Force was such a good documentary. What? Definitely not a documentary, but dude, it was so good. All right, let's ready this bad boy up. Luther Harkin is the Norman Bates of Warhammer. A little bit, yeah. I suppose. I mean, he's really just more of like a more evil, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow, sort of, right? Well, not Jack Sparrow. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Custom maps? Yeah, I got to do some of those. Oh, Commando is a great movie, dude. Yeah, Commando is amazing with Arnold. Oh, yeah. Just the bicep flexing while he's shooting rocket launchers and like just like soloing like 50 guerrilla soldiers. And they just can't shoot him. But dude, it's so good. Oh, yeah. Dude, Lone Wolf McQuaid is so good. Lost Cause 78. I love Lone Wolf McQuaid. That's probably one of my top 3 favorite Chuck Norris movies of all time. You know what's a really haggard Chuck Norris movie too? Is Invasion USA. Oh my god. If you guys haven't seen Invasion USA, have you guys have seen the classic picture of Chuck Norris like standing with 2 Uzis? He has like 2 like Uzi guns, and then he's like he's shirtless wearing a torn jean jacket or jean vest. That's from Invasion USA. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Thrain, thank you for the donation, man. Thrain throwing $5. Pounds, or was that pounds or euros? I can't quite see my screen's a little bit small, but thank you for supporting your dwarven people. Hey Vicori, welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I saw the Lore Master of Sotek challenge. Yeah, it looks like fun. I'm excited to see who wins that. Come on, you guys love Invasion USA. You love it. Don't fool yourselves. I'm trying to think of other Chuck Norris movies that are really good. I mean, if you guys want ultimate Chuck Norris too, just like, yeah, Walker Texas Ranger is the best, but if we're talking movies, look at what's it called, the Missing in Action series. I believe there's 3 of them, but in the Missing in Action movies, he plays like I'm pretty sure it takes place in Vietnam, but yeah, those are super fun as well. Chuck Norris is pretty alpha. Quintus Fontaine says, many years ago when I worked at Blockbuster, a guy once came in unironically complaining about the plot of a Steven Seagal. That's a pretty classic moment, man. Make sure to tell that to your grandchildren. All right, guys, and now time to focus on some Warhammer. Otherwise, I could talk about Chuck Norris and all those, ridiculous 80s and 90s action heroes for the rest of the stream. So for random nicks, it's going to be an unholy legion of artillery. It's going to be a combination of cannons and goblobbers, which is interesting. I mean, certainly will punish big Skaven threats, but the issue in this matchup is dealing with Death Runners. Oh my god, look how much, and he's got double flame cannon too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 freaking artillery pieces. Oh my god. That is so much artillery. Jeez. And now for the rest of the dwarf army, it's going to be High King Thorgrim, and like when you invest that much in artillery, the rest of your army is going to be pretty low quality. So it's miners, dwarf warriors, and a couple ironbreakers, which obviously that's a nice core there, but 12 artillery pieces. Oh my god. That is so much. So much. And now for the forces here of the Skaven and Flying Taco, it's going to be a massive Skaven slave battle line. A couple Jezzails, or at least one. Poison Wind Mortars are great against dwarves, a small target. They definitely do a lot against infantry. Clan Rats and Rat Ogres, a couple Doom Flayers as well. There's going to be 2 of those. More Ogres. So in total, I think we have like 6 Ogres or something. 5 or 6 Ogres. More Mortars on the far side. So yeah, really the Mortars and Ogres are the backbone of this army. Oh, okay, there's more Flayers up here, it looks like, unless he just moved those. Let me see. Yeah, no, these are the same Flayers. But here's the big problem, is dealing with Death Runners. Death Runners are so good against dwarves. I mean, Blasting Charge is definitely a solid counter against them, but there's got to be 3 of these guys. We have an Assassin, an Eshin Sorcerer. What witchcraft is this with brittle bones? Oh my god, what is happening here? And the Ninja Star. We got Deathmaster Snickich, and that appears to be it. And obviously there's going to be Skaven Vanguard against this Dwarven army. You can see there's Night Runners being deployed in the back. We have Death Runners over here. So there's going to be a massive, massive battle line here. That is a lot of erect artillery. God damn. God damn. I mean, this is, we saw Random Nicks do this earlier with the Empire, but the Dwarves are certainly probably more, I wouldn't say more dedicated, but their artillery certainly packs a lot of durability and punch compared to the Empire. But yeah, I don't know. Someone, Slaneshi says, I normally root against Dowie, but I can't resist those guns. I know. I know. I'm surprised we didn't see any gyrocopters. Like, I feel like gyros would be super nice too. I mean, you have the money. Just cut like 1 or 2 artillery pieces, but Random Nick's just going crazy with the cannons. And he's got blasting charges on like all of his infantry, so I mean, he could potentially kill the Death Runners that way. But that is a lot to protect. I'm certainly very, very concerned if the Skaven are going to be able to penetrate in. I mean, this artillery line will collapse so quickly. The front line is Ironbreakers though, so I suppose that's nice. Death Runners on the flank. Looks like 2 of those bad boys. Like, have fun. Random Nick says this is going to be fun. Well, let's see how this goes, man. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, the Skaven slaves are certainly in for a bad time, but that's their job. Skaven slaves were born and bred just to be massacred. I mean, that's basically, and eaten. That's basically their lot in life. Yeah, you know, we haven't seen too many big air battles. I'm really surprised. Although, I'm pretty sure ladder limits. So for future mega funds, I'll probably come up with a rule set where it allows more ridiculous stuff while also... Because what I'm trying to avoid is single entity spam, but we don't have like rules written for this format yet. Or at all, so it's kind of a tricky balance. Like, I'd like there to be more than 1 Dreadsaurian. I'd like there to be more than 1 Rogue Idol. You know, but... It's all good for now. It is all good. So the Dwarven cannons will certainly be singing. Here on the flank, you can see the concealment bombs have been immediately used by the Flying Taco. And now the Dwarven artillery is going to be raining some hot fire here on the Skaven slave lines. No surprises. What's here in the secondary? I think these are just clan rats. So clan rats definitely will be the priority target here. You don't want to be using too much ammo on the Skaven slaves and these other trash infantry units. Here in the back, though, you can see the Night Runners are lurking. And where is this going? Are these visible? No way. Okay, I saw that artillery piece flying towards my screen, but it's actually going after the mortar teams here in the back, which are going to be forced back. So pretty massive damage here on the Skaven battle lines, but these are just Skaven slaves. I mean, the combined gold value of all this damage is probably like 200 so far, so really not that big of a deal. And here the Skaven are lurking in the shadows. Truly a Skaven situation. You can see we do have the Night Runners preparing to ambush, maybe expecting some Slayers in the back line. Good luck, have fun being dropped by both players here. But the Flying Tacos Death Runners are getting in position, but the Flame Cannons have discovered these poor Night Runners here. And yeah, they're going to be having a bad old time here. You can see discouraged by the ability. I mean, if they get some direct hits... Ooh! Oh! That was pretty bad. Looks like they lost about 14 models right there. Now the Skaven chaff line. Oh no, a little bit of a miss micro here. One of the great cannons here for Random Nicks accidentally tried to reach something that was way out of its range. And it did move there, and now some of the Skaven slaves are going to be coming with their poking sticks. Granted, a little bit of a bait and switch. I guess the Norgumling's Ironbreakers are going to blast them into another dimension. The Dwarf crew should survive for the most part, but yeah, blasting charges should be able to salvage that. So yeah, no surprises. The entire Skaven slave battle line here in the front is, you know, taking some serious damage. That cannon miss micro, not the end of the world, but this is where things get really ugly. Death Runners have gotten to the back line, and Dwarf Warriors will get massacred by Death Runners in combat. Certainly a rough situation. Yeah, more right here. We also do have some Night Runners diving onto the artillery pieces, and the Dwarves are having to pull some of the reserves, so these blasting charges, and yeah, man, look at the fight. Dwarf Warriors getting cut to pieces by those guys. Ironbreakers are holding well, but there's plenty of openings this Skaven, you know, can really take advantage of here, and some of the Clan Rats are going to be getting through, and Rat Ogre's getting through. I mean, Flying Taco has really, really good micro. He's going to be able to make sure, you know, he gets back there. The Skaven, you know, slave line, of course, broke. There's no surprise there, but that's not really the threat. I mean, the Death Runners, the Flayers, and the Ogres are the threat. And now that all the cannon pieces are just getting smashed, I just don't see it going well for them. Here you can see a flame cannon shooting and friendly firing some of these miners with blasting charges here. Yeah, I don't see how Random can win this. It's just like there's so much anarchy in his back line. So many of his cannons are just being taken offline here. Blasting charges trying to come in here. Dwarf Warriors are now piling it against Death Runners. Maybe, just maybe, the Dwarves are going to be able to stabilize this side, but I just don't see it happening. The Skaven are just so good against Dwarves, and I don't think the mass artillery is the way to go. I think if you come in with like mass gunline, like Thunders, with Slayer support, like, and you know, some gyrocopters with the steam cannons to kill the Death Runners, I think that's going to be a more efficient way. Because yeah, you can see now, just like in lore, Deathmaster is actually going to be killing Thorgrim, and Thorgrim is trapped up here. Assassin's Trophy and the Sigil is active. There's Death Runners piling in, and the Deathmaster himself is here to start shanking down Thorgrim. And in a straight battle, you know, Thorgrim might be able to beat him, but obviously in this situation with the Assassin's Trophy and Death Runners nearby, it's going to be a very, very tough pickle for sure. And yeah, I mean, I don't think the Dwarves can really stabilize. The Skaven have so much coming back, and the funny thing is the Skaven haven't even really used their mortars yet. The Warplock Jezzails have full ammo, the mortars back here have full ammo, they haven't even started shooting, and the Skaven are still massacring this Dwarven army. You can see the balance of powers substantially in the advantage here of the Skaven forces. You know, all the artillery just gets taken off so quickly, and flame cannons are really good against infantry, but Skaven don't bring good infantry. I mean, aside from Death Runners, which will creep up on you, right? So you're not going to get that ranged value. Thorgrim just getting taken to pound town by Deathmaster Snikich here. You can see this this mighty dwarf king fleeing for the hills at the side of the Deathmaster, and here he comes, just scurrying on over. And yeah, that's going to be it. High King Thorgrim's like, screw this shit, carry me back to Karaz of Karak. I've had enough. Skaven suck. I do not want to fight them. And yeah, you know, Random Nix chose this for himself. He basically hard countered himself. Granted, I do think Dwarves could be much better against Skaven, but like I think his build was a little bit too memey. I think he had too many artillery pieces and they just didn't do the trick. And, you know, experimenting in the format, obviously, but it's a rough one indeed. Deathmaster has slain High King Thorgrim. His palanquin fell over, and he's a little bit too lazy to get up here, so you can see the victory has been claimed by the Skaven, and now their guns are going to start shooting. It's only going to get worse here. A little bit of friendly fire from the Skaven, of course. Ironbreakers will take a good 45 minutes of the break, but it looks like army losses is going to be kicking in as these Skaven are able to rout the last of the Dwarven forces. So there you have it. A sad day for the Dwarves indeed, but Random Nix did pick into this. He had the option to go Greenskins, which are substantially better against Skaven. It's a pretty good matchup, actually. But you know what? A man to the people. A man to the people. Random Nix can actually now rest now. I'm sure it's pretty late in Poland, so. Lich109! Thank you for the fiber. I really feel like Death Runners shouldn't be in the game. They didn't exist in lore or on tabletop, and they're way too... I think they're fine, Lich109. Like, they may seem that way against Dwarves, but it really felt that way simply because Random's build was really, really suboptimal against this Skaven army. Like, flame cannons, more or less useless. The cannons are okay. Like, if you're going to go with just artillery, the cannons are probably the way to go. You could cut the Grudge Throwers plus the flame cannons, and then you could just get, like, gyrocopters and some good quality stuff to really hold back your opponent. So, yeah. Random Nix, man, a hero of the people. Bringing some fun builds for you guys and a nice 2-1 series. And now, coming up next, Flying Taco will advance. So we'll head on over to the 4-man bracket, and the Taco that is flying will advance to face the winner of Hadries and Ice Power Total War, which is going to be our next best of 3. GG, well played. All right, a great game indeed. So Hadries and Ice Power, if we could get you guys to join up, let's do it. I will tag you guys on the Discord. All right, 1 second. And Hadries. Let's get this party started, man. No more games. All right. Yeah, apparently they're both playing in a tournament tomorrow, so they're like, we'll meet again. You and I. We can do Sword of Torgal. That's always a good map. All right. All right, who's this Slaneshi bot Total War? Let me make sure it's Oh, it's Ice Power, okay. So Ice Power is playing as a Slaneshi bot Total War. Great. He's their herald. He's summoning the foul Slanesh bots. All right. So let's go ahead and get his name set up here. Ice Power. I'm just going to do this because it's easier. Reset the score. And he's going to be playing Hadries. He'll be on the other side here. Looks good. Got to make the names fit. Come on. Cursed thing. All right, let's party. So we're in. Map set. Ice starts. Good luck, have fun. So we got Hadries against Ice Power Total War. Let us see what unfolds here. Thank you guys all for joining, by the way. I see we have over 1,500 people. That's pretty cool, man. Appreciate all your support. I know, go in dark mode here. The Slanesh bot, it's so funny. The Slanesh bot Total War. Of course, he's a Dark Elf main, so I think he's going to try and get an early win with his Dark Elf. So he's going Dark Elves and banning Bretonnia and Empire. So Hadries will probably go Skaven here. Hadries is like one of the best Skaven players out there for sure. So we'll probably see him on Skaven. That would be what I would wager. The penny I would wager here. Ultra Funds Autogen. Yeah, autogen isn't actually auto-generated though. It's a lot of times it's the same army. That's why I've kind of drifted away from that format, because it takes away some of the spice. Steel Bear, you missed the first best of 3, but now we're in the second one. My lovely wife saying, "Be good, guys, or I'll release the bots, the hobots." Oh, great. She's going to release them upon this world. Yes. So it's going to be Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings are normally a very good counter against Dark Elves, but I don't know if that's going to be applicable on... Oh. Should be Ultra. I don't know how that got switched. Cool. Cool. So they're all good. We are on Ultra Funds. Ultra Funds FFA could actually be fun too. Okay, but that would take a long time because FFA has a really long threshold for army losses. It's like very forgiving. An auto-resolve tournament. You know, I actually had an interesting idea for a tournament. So let me break it down for you guys, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, for the new tournament, I was thinking that players would create an army. So you have 4 people in the tournament. Each player creates an army, and then the AI controls their army. So, like, I would cast the game. I would have 2 AIs, and they would both have the armies that the players created loaded into them. So, like, it's kind of ridiculous, right? Like, then you're rooting for your AI to try and win. I think it'd be pretty fun for sure. Yeah. It would be very like an off-meta type thing. I don't know. It could be fun, right? What does battle difficulty do in multiplayer? I don't even know. I think it like affects like I honestly can't. I've never changed it, so I don't know. I'm sure somebody in chat could answer. You guys like think that format would be fun? But like there's a strategy to it also though. Because if like you have to make it an army that the AI isn't going to be bad with. Like if you give the AI too many skirmish cav, they're probably going to run in or like Dark Rider type units. You know how they just like throw them at their opponent? Yeah. You guys like that idea? Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. So the AI would General Simulator. Yeah, I think that's a fun format, right? Okay, you guys seem to like that idea. Yeah, no, I mean, it would just be an off-the-cuff tournament, like a fun thing. Maybe I wouldn't even do it as a stream. I would just like record it and upload it. I think that could be fun too. Yeah. We'll see, my friends. We'll see. Thank you all for your support, by the way, man. You guys are going crazy today. Yeah, the AI love Parthian shot units. Yeah, it's true. You can give them like a million Marauder Horsemen, right? Just see what they do. I would probably just give the AI like a couple artillery units, like some heavy infantry, and like some tanky lords, and just like be done with it. Thrain the Third, just like the End Times Thorgrim killed by Deathmaster. I know it's bringing back all the bad memories. Thrain, I'm sorry, but your people will return to glory eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, Keller, and something to think about. Yeah, that's a tricky one to do. Give the AI Warp Lightning. They're really good with that spell. Yeah, Skaven AI would be good. I think Skaven AI would be pretty annoying. Like with the Clan Rat summons and... Yeah, it would just be like a one-time thing though, Magic D. It wouldn't be like a format that's a staple on the channel, right? It would just be like, you know, an off-the-cuff thing. Alright, the Slaneshi bot facing off against Hadri's. Hadri's fighting for the honor of the living against the foul demons of the warp here. Yeah. AI doesn't use Vanguard. Yeah, does AI not use Vanguard? Hordes would probably prevail. Yeah, like I think it'd be funny though. Like imagine if you have a horse in the race, like, you know, you have an army, you put it in, you're like watching it, you know? It's kind of like, come on, make the plays. I feel like there'd be like a fun element to watching your AI army like struggle and like cast terrible vortex spells, you know, casting like a Flamestorm on top of like, you know, single entities. Like AI does that kind of shit, you know? Yeah. AI Warp Lightning is on point. Yeah, that's you see, you guys are already scheming, and that's the fun of it, right? You have to think what the AI is good at, not like how players would normally play. So like a Skaven army wouldn't necessarily like you know, dumpster dwarves maybe, right? Because they wouldn't like attack the right targets. There's like, you know, things to think about. I have seen dwarves beat the Skaven in tournaments before. It's very uncommon. Key thing is to avoid flyers. Yeah, gyrocopters might be okay. Gyrocopters might be okay. Yeah, Vicious Satsuma, probably giving your AI like a Footlord that will stay like keep pace with its army is probably good too. Like normally Footlords wouldn't be that great, right? But in that case. We could do like an AI companion army too, where like it's a 2v2 format, but you get to like give the AI a bunch of stuff to support you with. I don't know. There's a lot to think about here. Anyways, for the forces here of the Tomb Kings, who are going to be led by Hadri's, he's going in with the dreaded quad Ushapti Great Bow. He's got the Sphinx, he's got a Tomb Scorpion, a ton of Ushapti in his battle line. Nakar Horsemen, and it looks like his main force is going to be Tomb Guard with Halberds and Tomb Guard. I feel like this Tomb King's army is going to be super tough to break. Such as the Imperishable, double Necrotect, and yeah, Hadri's has Screaming Skull Catapults as well. Looks like freaking 5 of those, 4 Ushapti Great Bows. That is an unholy legion of firepower. You guys want a small map like Troll Country with these big armies? Oh my god, that would just be a circus. Maybe we'll do that. We'll think about it. So for Ice Power Total War, he's got Harpies. Looks like Penta Harpy. He's got Dark Riders with the Peter Crossbows, of course, a staple. Combination of the Black Art Corsairs mixed with Spears and some Black Guard in the back. He's got a couple of those as well. A massive horde of Coldwind Knights and Witch Elves. Wow, that's a lot of Witch Elves. 5 Witch Elves. Oh, baby. The dreaded triple Medusa. He's got the Bloodrack Shrine Medusa, the standard Medusa, and another Medusa as well. Backed up by Malekith, and it looks like a Death Hag as well. Guys, I never thought we would see this, but it is the dreaded triple Medusa. It is happening. Bow your heads in terror. It is here. And for his caster, he's got a Sorceress of Shadows and Malekith with Chillwind, actually. Surprised we're not seeing Soul Stealer on Malekith. Pretty much a staple there. Yeah. We'll see. We will see. I mean, I'm excited for this now. The Bloodrack Medusa. The triple Medusa. Yeah, Falcon immediately jumps out of his seat. He does. The triple Medusa. I don't know how well it's going to do, though. I feel like the Ushapti Great Bows are going to really give him the business, but, I mean, we'll see. Slaneshi's all hyped about the Medusas, too. Oh, my God. We don't talk about the third Medusa, not since the incident. Oh, man, I'm so hyped for this. All right, guys. Well, we'll see. Hadri's build, certainly very scary. It's a Tomb King's favorite matchup as is, but again, large funds changes everything. I have no idea how this is going to go. You know what would have been really good for the Dark Elves would just be like 7 Bolt Throwers or something against his force. Because the Catapults plus the Ushapti Great Bows, man, that is some serious stopping power. Falcon predicting that the triple Medusa obviously going to carry this. Perhaps a fair assessment. Yeah, you never see Medusas. That's what's cool about this format. You know, you get so much extra money, you can afford to bring shit like this and not really suffer that badly for it. Medusas have good AP. I feel like they should have anti-large. They kind of have like these spear halberd things. Like if Medusas were given anti-large in melee, like they might actually be okay. Because then they're kind of like a Gorbel with like ranged attacks and a little bit squishier, obviously. Something to think about anyways. Yeah, so we'll see. We will see how it goes. I'm really surprised we're not seeing a Soul Stealer on Malekith. It's an incredibly good ability. This tournament has me cheering for all the wrong factions, you say? I know, it's weird. Normally you wouldn't cheer for the Faldruki, but in this case, Harpies are surrounding the army. Harpies will be pretty good, of course, at disrupting the artillery positions and the Ushapti Great Bows. Need to make sure to get your timing right, though, on that. And the battle will be underway soon. The Medusa gets stunned by any cavalry models in the game. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. It is indeed. But Medusas are so freaking cool. They hit really hard, too, you know, with their ranged attacks, but they always get obstructed and, yeah, staggered and also very squishy with, like, 30 armor. Like, they can get wrecked pretty easily. Gorbel Syndrome, yeah. Well, at least Gorbel has 100 armor, you know. He can take it like a champ. Gorbel's pretty glorious. Yeah, so these repeater crossbows are just going to get pounded so hard in the beginning of the battle. So freaking hard. Good luck, have fun. So this is the first game of the best of 3 between Hadri's and the Ice Power Total War, playing as Slaanesh-bot Total War, in case you guys were wondering. Oof, oh, the Great Bow's just wrecking. 10 models instantly killed here. 7 models right here, and it looks like over here we lost a couple. I mean, it's kind of interesting. He can sit on the low ground here, too, and hide. Oh, this is kind of clever here by Ice Power. Check this out. Like, down in this little valley, the Ushabti Grapos aren't able to see him. Oh, that's really funny. And yeah, he's shooting into the Ushabti here. Oh man, but the Chosen of the Gods are able to get the Arc of Fire, and they just wreck these repeater crossbows. Yeah, not going too well. I mean, he's getting a little bit of damage here by hiding in the ravine, but the Ushabti Grapos are scooting forward. Harpies are coming in. The Dark Elves advancing with their entire army very aggressively here, but boy oh boy. So Harpies come in. The first wave of Harpies do attack the Ushabti Grapos and also the artillery piece here. Yeah, the Screaming Moon Catapult. And, you know, some of the not Grapos, but excuse me, the repeater crossbows are still shooting quite happily. We do also get the Noble in here, the Master, excuse me. And it looks like the Medusas and Malekith are coming in as well. Not the worst damage in the world. Screaming Skull Catapults are going after the elite units now. It looks like they're going after the Black Guard and the Witch Elves, and it looks like the Coldland Riders are going to be getting a nice charge in the front. So good charge there by Ice Power, hitting the Ushabti with an anti-large charge. Chill Wind going down to the back as well, and the Harpies are causing some good disruption, actually. You can see here, these ones are forced off, but of course in the other fronts, the Harpies are still kind of a thorn in the side of the Tomb Kings. Oh no, and these Ushabti Grapo overextend here, and you can see the Dread Legion of the Medusas backed up by Coldland Knights and the Medusa Altar. They're able to get in there with their armor piercing, and oh, that's a cool shot right there. Screenshot that. The Medusa's getting in there. Could be a thumbnail someday. But the Medusa's getting in there and doing battle here with the Ushabti. Man, they wrecked him. A little bit of a mistake there by Hadri's letting his Ushabti Grapos get caught, but nonetheless, you know, Hadri's doing a solid job of defending his backline as well. The Harpies are about to be peeled, and the Harpies won't really kill anything, but they're mainly just buying time. Oh man, but Hadri's is pounding the Black Guard in the back, doing so much damage. And we'll see if the Medusas are able to, you know, fight the good fight here. They certainly have a nasty death start here, and the Ushabti are piling in, but certainly taking a lot of AP damage as well. Triple Medusas are OP, apparently. We're learning here today. Chill Wind going down from Malekith here in the back. It looks like some sort of a curse going down, so the Incantation of Desiccation going to be lowering the stats of this entire blob. Now Cetra's here, so things are going to get spicy. I think there's some Witch Elves in reserve as well. Yeah, Witch Elves and Black Guard are piling in, but Hadri's doing an excellent job of shooting all of the Black Guard and the elite troops with the Screaming Meme Catapults. On that same note, though, Ice Power has gotten his repeater crossbows in position. 28 models here, 31 models here, and they're shooting quite happily into the big targets, not really being impeded, and yeah, seem to be doing okay. Now the Medusas are being pulled in, as is the Bloodrack Shrine, which does, of course, give some nice buffs to the blob fight. Dark Elves actually one of the more dynamic blobbing factions in the game. They can really, really do a lot with respect to blobs. And yeah, it looks like Malekith going after Cetra. There's also Medusas nearby. The Tomb King's battle line, though, is quite stalwart. The amount of Tomb Guard with halberds making it very, very tough to get in there. Witch Elves have engaged against Ushabti here, but Corsairs and Spears piling in. And Coldland Riders could certainly come around the back and hammer down these Nehekar horsemen that are defending here. And from there, you know, the catapults and some of those other juicy assets might be compromised. But really, the battle's going to be decided here in the center. And the Medusas are actually in pretty good shape here. You can see how many units are on the battlefield. You can see pretty big armies for sure. But the Bloodrack Medusas are okay. The Master is okay. Malekith's in decent shape. But, you know, so are the Tomb Kings. They have the big old Sphinx here. But, oh, look at this. It's actually rampaged. The Sphinx is rampaged here by the Witch Elves, which means Black Guard are now going to be piling in, and also the repeater crossbows can sit and shoot. However, Hadri's doing such a good job keeping his catapults, pounding those bow units to make sure that there's no saturated AP fire going down over the course of this fight. But a lot of scary Dark Elf infantry here for sure. The rampages are quite nasty, and look at this Cetra actually getting rampaged. The Haggard Medusa Legion is really getting in there and scrapping. And, you know, of course, they have good armor-piercing values. So Medusa battling a Scorpion, and Cetra being rammed here by the Bloodrack Medusa Shrine, which, of course, shoots a big AP missile off the top. Man, a Soul Stealer here would be so powerful, but like, despite this battle going well for the Dark Elves, there's so much pounding fire from those Screaming Meme Catapults. Here on this side, we have the Coldland Knights trying to charge in as well and break down the Skeleton Spearmen front line, and balance of power is certainly in the favor of Hadri's and the Tomb Kings right now, but it feels like the Dark Elves are making progress on several areas of the map, grinding down some of the, you know, assets that maybe will allow them to get back onto those artillery pieces, but yeah, a lot of it, like I said, will depend on this blob fight here. So Black Guard are holding well, despite, you know, taking a massive pounding. We'll see how that unfolds here. And we do, of course, have the Master. We have the double Medusa. If the Dark Elves could start gooning characters right now, just like going after the Necrotechs and these kind of squishier, you know, support characters here, that would be really powerful. We have the Medusas here. Malekith is here somewhere as well on his Velociraptor. Yeah, it looks like he's riding down there amongst those troops here. Nice whip coming in from the Necrotech right there. Balance of power is starting to really show heavily into the favor of the Tomb Kings. Mind you, there is a new Ushabti summoned on the battlefield, but it's not that big of a factor, you know, in this particular battle with this much money. But I mean, Cetra's low. I feel like it's not going as badly for Ice Power Total War as the balance of power kind of is telling us here. I mean, you can see he's grinding down the Ushabti and Skeleton Spears. He's got a good engagement here with his Corsairs. His Coldland Knights are a little bit outnumbered here, so definitely want to pull those guys back. But This blob fight feels like it's going okay. The Blood Rock Shrine, although, is getting very, very low. The Medusas are both, one's about 30%, the other Blood Rack Medusa is at about 80%. And Malekith's going deep, though, man. He might be able to actually take out Cetra the Imperishable here. Of course, he's got the Medusas nearby. If he wants to try and shoot him as well, he certainly can. But the Witch Elves are running for the hills. Is Malekith going to be able to finish his prize here? 997 HP. Oh my god, the Screaming Skull catapults are just brutal this game. Like, if you guys take a look, I would imagine they've got some pretty good kills, too. And the Tomb Kings have so much in reserves, too. Like, their infantry are just so stalwart, those Tomb Guard with halberds. Really, really holding quite well. Cetra's able to get away, but he's crumbling. Is he crumbling, too? It looks like he stabilizes. A Chill Wind going down. Man, a Soul Stealer would be so good here. Looks like some tactical reserves here by Hadri's with the Carrion on the far side of the map. And Holy Knights are piling in. I mean, yeah, Medusas are getting low. One Medusa is potentially about to go down here. Granted, the Sphinx is trapped as well, but the fact that the Dark Elves are blobbed up here is really, really unfortunate because the Screaming Beam catapults could really start to pound into this formation pretty hard. And it does have a discouraging effect as well. This is a graphic stress test. It's really not too bad, actually, considering. I mean, honestly, this is pretty similar to, you know, some quick battles I've cast and things like that. So hopefully it's not too bad here. But yeah, it looks like the Tomb Kings are pulling ahead. I feel like there's too many Tomb Guard left. Like, they're just everywhere. Granted here, Witch Elves and Spears able to cut through the Ushoptian Spears. There have been some good engagements. I think these Harpies need to get back here and try and jump on those Catapults. Catapults have been gross all game. Only 57 and 69 kills, that's what she said. But yeah, the blob fight finally gets lost here by the Dark Elves. Malekith and the Medusa still fighting. Although it's not lost yet. There's still Blackguard kind of grinding in there. We'll see. And Ice Power is going to be going for the kill here, trying to get on Cetra. And you can see the Medusa going for the kill. The Medusa's like, I might not win the game, but I'll win the hearts of the people. Oh, and the Medusa, is it going to get him? Come on, Medusa. No! You can't even do that right! And the Medusa breaks to army losses. Oh, man. That's a shame, man. The Medusa couldn't even finish the 100 HP. Come on, Medusa. That was a great game, though, man. Thank you, Ice Power, for bringing that build. Hadri's, his catapult line was brutal. Oh my god. It just like wrecked all the Dark Elf infantry and the freaking repeater crossbows too. I think there needed to be some like bolt throwers and stuff like that. That would have been very, very impactful for sure. Alright, well played. Now we can go ahead and do the... oh my god, the Ashen Hall would be such a meme. We could do this one... Oh no, that's the one with the giant hill in the middle. Oh, that one sucks. The Northern Threat. Is this map okay? We'll do the Void of Helmfen. No worries. It was a good game, Ice Power. Medusa's tremendously overpowered. I know. They're out of control. We have a donation from Satisfaximus. I like the name, dude, for the 100 NOK. A tournament where players don't ban factions, but after they have made their picks, they can ban units. Oh, that's an interesting one. I'll take that into consideration, man. Thank you for your donation. The Ultra Funds. Yeah, it's funny because the Screaming Skull catapults were the hard carry that game, you know? They were the hard carry. So we're on the Void of Helmfen. Hadri's eyeing his Lizardmen, perhaps looking to get the Aquatics trait. Because this is an aquatics map. Yeah. It was a good game. Hey, what's up, Zakastal? Norska with Mammoth. Yeah, it could be good. Yeah, it's like 17,000 plus gold or something. I'm not sure what the exact amount is. Mark Sao. Damn, a second Ultra Fun tournament. Love this and thank you. You're very welcome, Mark. And thank you for the 20 Canadian dollars, brother. My neighbor to the north, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope it's not hot up there. The poor Medusa. The least she could have been given was to take out the imperishable one, but he was able to get away. Yeah. It's a damn shame, Jimmy. Damn shame. And guys, thank you again for joining today. It's been an absolute blast in our Ultra Fun's glorious battles here. We are on game 2 between Hadri's and Ice Power Total War. Hadri's winning the first match. And it looks like Hadri's is going to go Lizards, banning Vampire Coast and Tomb Kings. And now we have the pick here. A Dwarf pick from Ice Power would actually be very strong here. I feel like Dwarves and Ultra Funds would be really good against Lizards, but we'll see if he picks it. Empire's not a bad choice also. Yep, he's going Empire. Hadri's is probably going to go super wide with like a Skink Rush. I think that's what's going to happen here. I'm suspicious. I don't remember Hadri's playing a lot of Lizards, mean, I'm sure he's good at them, but I think it's basically because the map is an aquatics map. He's going to be getting the aquatics trait. Hey, Garland Green. Hope you're doing well, man. Sorry for hogging. Oh, no worries, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Cheers, Garland. We're here to party, man. I would love to play ESO with you guys if my jam. I'm still recovering. At some point, I'll be able to play some MMOs and things like that, but it's a slow process, man. It's a slow process. Garland, man, hope you're doing well. Sub-commanders? Yeah, I could do sub-commanders. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Finally not 110 in Glendale, I know. I don't know how hot it is today. I think it's in the 90s still. So yeah, basically units take a penalty when they're fighting in water. Infantry do. I believe it just is a percentage penalty on their combat prowess and their stats. So like things like skinks don't take that because they're able to fight in water and swim. It's pretty funny. It actually makes a big deal. Yeah. Long live the Ultra Funds tournament. I know. Long live. Let's stretch out them old paws. Oh, goddamn. Have you ever played WoW? Dude, I was the Dark Lord of WoW. Austin Cope says step on me, what? Yeah, I played World of Warcraft dude, that game ruined my teenage and adult life for years. I mean, I enjoyed it, but part of me regrets it. I was a gladiator ice mage in arena. That was my claim to fame. I didn't do much PvE. I did raid with my friends every now and then for fun, but mainly I used to do 2v2 and 3v3 arena with a couple of my good pals. Yes, I was an ice mage. So that was my main character. I played a Death Knight in arena. I don't think I ever got gladiator on my Death Knight because I kind of was quitting the game at that point, but on my mage I did. It was so fun. I mean, early days WoW, high school WoW, 2000s, 2005 and 6, that was pretty fun. Yeah, Ice Power will probably bring a steam tank here. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Were you guys getting some lag in the battles? Because I didn't see it on my perspective. I know there's a little bit, but I mean, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the grind for Gladiator, I know. It was a grind, all right. Ice Mage and DK, I know. Ice Mage was, oh my god. I remember playing an Ice Mage in, when was it? So in Burning Crusade, they didn't have diminishing returns on snares and slows and things like that. So you could just permanently keep a warrior snared in your Frost Novas and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. 39 steam tanks. A fish, the Bretonnian peasants actually get a fair amount of play in Ultra Funds too. We've seen a lot of them. I mean, it's a cheap, front line there, man. Yeah, Vanilla Frost Mage was fun. I didn't play Frost Mage till Burning Crusade. In Vanilla, I played, what did I play? I played a Rogue. I had a Hunter. Yeah, Rogue and Hunter, I think, were the main ones. Yeah, man, those were the days. Those were the days indeed. Geralt of Rivia says, hey, Turin, I took your advice yesterday and ordered the Gotrek and Felix book. Is it supposed to say Omnibus? Yeah, the Omnibus is the right one, correct. It should be the first 3 books. So there's 3 books within that. And what's really good about the Gotrek and Felix books as it pertains to learning Warhammer Fantasy lore is you get a taste of everything, right? You learn about dwarf culture through Gotrek and some of the other dwarves that you encounter. You learn about, how the Empire kind of works. You also learned about chaos because they fight chaos, they fight beastmen, they fight monsters of all sorts, vampires, trolls. You get to learn about many aspects of Warhammer Fantasy in one nice easy to read story, because it's not a difficult read at all. Gotrek and Felix is a very easy read. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. I like characters that are really good at soloing. So in Warhammer, or excuse me, in World of Warcraft, I liked playing an Ice Mage because I could solo most classes except Warlocks. So, yeah, I didn't like to play healer because in PvP, if you went to go play by yourself and you just kind of nobody appreciates you. Yeah. That was fun, man. Gotrek and Felix books are really good. Definitely recommend it. I'm currently reading some 40k books. But yeah, I've read quite a bit. So, all right, guys, here we are. Hadries against Ice Power Total War, Empire against Dinosaurs. Thankful is like such a fun character in the book. So Thankful, the Grey Seer Thankful is one of the main antagonists of the Gotrek and Felix series. He's like the recurring troll who just always comes and like, you know, antagonizes Gotrek and Felix, and then his plans are foiled, but then he gets away and he comes back. He's just like, I'm not currently reading Vampire Slayer Jake Wu. That's where I stopped. Because I took a break to read some 40k, but yeah. Thankful is such a funny character. Like, Thankful always comes with like Bone Ripper. So Thankful's pet rat ogre is named Bone Ripper, but like every single time he gets used in battle, he just gets like massacred by like Gotrek or some other character. So there's always like, it's a running joke that he just has like a million Bone Rippers, you know? All right, guys. The Sons of Sigmar are here, and it is going to be the Emperor. Franz coming in to lead his men. And we got Franz here. We got the Royal Altdorf Griffites with a life caster up in the sky. Of course, Franz pretty much always needs that. The dreaded triple wagon. Oh, quad wagon. All right. You know, Slaanesh here knows how to live. Oh, mortar wagons. Oh, yeah, baby. Talk dirty. The dreaded quad mortar wagon. Aside from that, it's going to be Knights of the Blazing Sun, Reichsguard Knights. Oh my God, look at this armored cav contingent. Does Ice Power Total War have the micro to manage all this? Flagellants and Spearmen, and it looks like it's going to be more mortars here. So not going for any real anti-large. Like, this army's actually quite weak against big dinos, but I think he was expecting Hadries to go super wide with skinks. I'm a little bit concerned. Yeah, the mortar wagons are pretty bad. Like, how is he going to kill Croxagors and like things like that? I mean, Franz and Demis can do only so much lifting. Anyways, battle line here for the lizards is going to be chameleons, all aquatics. So you can see Hadries' whole army here is pretty much swimming creatures. He's got cohorts in the back. Cohort of, not the cohort, excuse me, Colossadon Hunters. Croxagor Paddle in time. Double Feral Stegodon. He's got Boxagors. Holy shit. 8 Croxagors. 4 of each. Oh, and the Shredder of Lustria. Oh, baby. Talk dirty. Hadries not to be outdone by the mortar wagons brings the Shredder of Lustria. We do also have Colden Riders here, and on the far side, what's his leadership kit? We have a Saurus Oldblood, a Beastcaster, and a Heavens Caster as well. Can mortar wagons be worth it against Wood Elves? It's probably one of the few situations they might be okay against like Way Watchers and things like that. But yeah, they're still not great. The best wagon against the Wood Elves is the Hellblaster Volley Gun ROR wagon, the Black Lions. This is an army, all right. I'm surprised we're not seeing at least like a couple cannons to shoot the Croxagors, but I guess like maybe just the wall of Empire Metal Cav. It's certainly a nice deployment. He can use the Void of Helmfen here, this like pit to kind of prevent. I mean, the lizards are all going to come right up the front, right? So he's going to be able to get some juicy business there. The Shredder of Lustria is such a cool unit. Oh my God, what is happening here? What is this? Look at this. Ice Power is vanguarding 1 Free Company militia on the White Lion. Just 1. Dude, these guys are going to be massacred so badly. That is going to go so bad for them. Yeah, that dino army is pretty thick. I mean, the Croxagors are quite powerful for sure. Yeah, Zablasky saying in chat, I'm not joking. When Aquatics is useful, it is overpowered. Yeah, Aquatics is really, really strong on this map. You can see if you actually zoom in. Like all this is Aquatics here. Helmfen was the site of a great battle between the Empire and the Vampire Counts and lore. Very, very cool. Very, very cool battle. If you guys want to read about the lore. The trees are speaking lizard. I don't know, man. I don't know how Ice is going to manage all these cav units. Like, dude, you have to have like some godlike micro to get this type of value. I mean, he could just throw them in the front and just let them fight, but yeah, those poor bastards for sure. The Empire sends forward 1 reconnaissance unit. I go find out where that Lizardman army is, and then suddenly a million skinks appear from the waters. Yeah, he'll get a visual for sure. I mean, the chameleons will be visible immediately. But is it worth it? I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if they can inflict some damage too, like at least rip a couple volleys off before they go and maybe get a charge, I don't know. That is a serious Rohirrim build, to say the least. I mean, that is a fat stack of Empire Knights. And the mortar wagons, of course, are backing them up here. I'm surprised we didn't see the Black Lion, though. Like that, the war wagon. The one with the Hellblaster volley gun in the back. Yeah, I have no idea how this is going to work. Honestly, I feel like the Lizard army is a little bit favored in terms of just like looking at it. Like it's more efficient than the Empire force against what it's fighting. But you know, any given Sunday, man. Franz is here. We have some demis, which of course can goon things out. When the trees start speaking, Ola skink, yeah. Yeah, the mortars will fire right away, so here comes the Free Company Militia. They're like, oh hi, Mark. They're going to be taking darts everywhere, and the little skinks are going to scoot forward and attack them, those Free Company Militia. Oh, and the mortars sing. Look at the sky. Oh, yeah, baby, let's go. Where are you going to land? Give me the cinematic shot. Oh, here it comes, the mortars. Apocalypse skink. The little skinks getting blasted on every front. You know, not bad. So the Empire Knights are going to be sent in to fight. This is madness. What are you doing? No. Dude, this is like Lord of the Rings when Denethor sends out his riders of Gondor to go just meet their end. Denethor, no. Ice Power's new name is Denethor. That's going to be his moniker. Okay, at least he didn't leave them in combat. He's just buying time. All right. Maybe like mini Denethor. When the mortars on the Empire Knights. I mean, it could have been worse. No, they're not Rohirrim. They're the riders of Gondor just being massacred at Osgiliath. Oh my god. And the mortars keep shooting in. The Free Company Militia is still going strong. You know, racking up 9 kills, certainly not bad. And now the Reiksguard Knights are charging in, and you know, not bad. Reiksguard Knights able to hammer down some of the skinks. A very epic engagement. Reiksguard charging into Kroxigors and Powerfix Kroxigors and Clossedon Hunters. I mean, this is like the worst. This is like the worst situation for these Reiksguard. You can see what I'm saying. Like, these type of cav are okay against lizards, but like against Kroxigors and like these armored masks, like it's so brutal. I mean, the mortars are still shooting, but I don't know. They're really not doing that much damage. The lizard army looks like it's barely taken any. I know somebody needs to be one of the hobbits singing to Denethor while he eats tomatoes. That needs to happen here. All right, Knights of the Blazing Sun charge in, but I think Ice Power Total War is starting to realize this is not going well. So he charges in here to try and ram down some of the Colden Riders. The mortars are still going. I mean, I guess they're killing some red-crested skinks, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, I know. That scene is so vivid, too, in Lord of the Rings when Denethor is, like, having that meal while his troops are being massacred there. Yeah. It's brutal. Yeah, dude, the lizards are just giving the dirty here to this Empire army. Oh my god. Yeah, and you can see the Empire Knights charging back in. It's like, dude, you need some armor piercing. Like, I think massive Empire gun lines with artillery and Demogryph Knights would be so good here. But, alas, we need to get someone on stream singing it while this happens. That'd be so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, and the lizards, I mean, there's not much to say. Of course, Kroxigors with Power Fists and Stegodons aren't going to take any damage from low AP Empire Knights, right? And really, the main strategy here for Ice Power is just to, like, halt the advance of the Lizard Army while the mortars tear in, but the mortars might kill all the skinks, right? But even if you kill all the skinks, this Empire Army does not have the teeth to kill these Kroxigors. Like, Franz can only carry so hard. The Dread Saurian's going balls deep in these battle lines as well. And, yeah, you can see he's just, yeah, this is not going to be a good time. One of the wagons being used to actually stop the Dread Saurian from advancing into the back line. The Sons of Sigmar came relatively ill-equipped to deal with such a force. And Hadri's here. Going to be trying his best here against the Shredder of Lustria. Not Hadri's, excuse me. Ice Power Total War with his Franz. Hadri's certainly in a very dominant position. The Empire Army starting to buckle. You can see a mass exodus here of the Empire Knights. That was like watching Jurassic Park, yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, there's still a couple loose Empire Knights fighting and Spearmen here and there, but it's only a matter of time before they get spanked into oblivion by the Kroxigors. Yeah. Carl's trying. Carlito he's doing his best. And like he is a shining star here in this situation. Franz is like one of the few things that could actually do well here, but yeah, I mean the Dread Saurian with harmonic convergence, that's pretty fat. That thing is going to be thick. 88 melee attack, dude. Talk dirty. Royal Turf Griffites have also piled in as well. Bounce Power isn't like point of no return yet, but I just don't see how he's going to be able to kill all this stuff. The mortar wagons, you know, the upside being is that the mortar wagons are able to pull back and keep shooting. You can see many of the skinks over here being shelled, so the infantry of the lizards are still taking quite a righteous hammering. I'm quite excited to actually look at the kills on those mortars after the battle. May have gotten a fair amount of the skinks. Hard to say. Empire does have some heavy cav coming back in, and it looks like Franz and the Demogryph Knights are now able to get a good surround on the Shredder of Lustria. I don't know, maybe a surprise comeback here from Ice Power Total War, we'll see. The Reikland Runefang is active. The Sons of Sigmar are not going quietly into the good night. Hadri's with a nice Flock of Doom hitting this entire blob here. Mortar's still raining some hot fire into the back here against the skink cohort with javelins. What do we have here? We have Free Company Militia. Guys, I think these are the Free Company Militia who survived that initial engagement. These guys definitely deserve to go back to Altdorf and have a little bit of a vacation. We'll see. Mortar's still ripping some hot shots, and the mortar wagons, you know, the one thing they're good at is falling back and repositioning, and they are doing that. Flagellants here being picked apart by skinks on the periphery. Going to be joining their brethren in the swamps of Helnfen. And here we do have Karl Franz and the Royal Altdorf Griffites, which are wavering, even at like full health here, but I guess they're fighting a lot of big scary beasties. Is Franz going to be able to hold this position? I mean, maybe Franz can do some work against the Old Blood. I mean, Franz would have to hard carry. I mean, Hadrius has a lot of stuff in reserve too. I mean, obviously there's lots of micro, but Hadrius has all these units he could be piling in with. Coming up and around the flank and really getting into the Empire backline. But, you know, like I said, it's not easy to manage armies that are this big. The Royal Altdorf Griffites here are going to be getting chewed on by the Dread Saurian. They are indeed broken. They've taken a righteous beating indeed. Mortars still shooting in, but the mortars are like shooting, you know, more or less probably hitting more state troops at this point because there's not too many skinks left. It's mainly just like, you know, monstrous infantry and those type of units. So, anyone hear that one militiaman go, ah, of course. Classic stuff indeed. And now you can see, my friends, the Knights of the Empire are going to be falling back while they're afflicted by a giant flock of doom. The Lizards have gotten their second wind, and they're going to be coming in super hard with all those Kroxigors. Knights of the Blazing Sun obviously will be pretty bad against Golden Riders. They just lack AP. They're more designed to kill lightly armored stuff, or with Synergy of Plague of Rust, things like that. But in this case, they're going to take some big casualties. Mortar's still shooting in. And yeah, ripping some good kills, but you know, you got to give props, man. Ice Power Total War, he tried. He came, he saw, he memed, would be his... what would be entombed here on his gravestone after this battle. And the mortar wagons certainly did. Let's go and take inventory of some of the kills. If we look here, I'll after this game too, I'll turn down, I don't know, it seems like it's not too laggy. Only 31 kills in this mortar wagon, 31, 8, yeah, it's just like 63 on the other one, I guess. Franz is trying his best. I mean, he almost got the Dread Saurian down on his own, even while being, you know, attacked by a superior force. Stand your ground is active, he's shaken. Once the Emperor breaks, it's probably going to be a death knell here. Yeah, man, Ice Power really needed to bring more artillery. It pains me. Like, imagine like 5, 6 cannons just ripping through these Kroxigors and these monsters while you hold with Empire Knights. That's the thing, like, the Rohirrim build would have been fine if you had cannons punishing them while they were holding. Like, there was no punch in this Empire army. There was just mainly, like, holding, right? And Lizards aren't going to, you know, they're going to be using big armored beasties. He came, he saw, he memed, I know. Maybe he was expecting a Saurus Rush. Yeah, this build would have been very dominant against a Saurus Rush, but in Ultra Funds, you got to expect there's going to be some big boys, some big chunguses. And now the Power Fist Kroxigors are engaging against Demogryph Knights, who are good against them normally, but in this case, the superior numbers of the Power Fist Kroxigors, you can see their glowing fists here. Got to be just beating down these old Demi boys, man. 13 models, holding firm for Sigmar. Certainly making Altdorf proud, but yeah, now the mortars are being compromised. The only thing that's still kind of functional are the Haggard mortar wagons, which are being chased. You can see in the back the Kroxigors are waddling after those guys, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. He knew that Kroxis Smash is incoming. It's an aquatics map. Yeah, very true. Kroxigors, of course, great in aquatics because they're monstrous, so they don't take the penalty for fighting in swamps and things like that. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before army losses. Ice Power Total War, though, doing a great job, you know, scrapping while he can. Franz coming back here. Carlito, as Falcon likes to call him. Doing some good damage here against Kroxigors. Yeah, almost able to break this one unit. But the Dread Saurian still lurks in the shadows, guys. And the Dread Saurian feasts for Manflesh tonight. It's really funny. I actually joined this like ridiculous Lord of the Rings meme group, and like the classic meme of like, remember when the orcs say like meat's back on the menu? Like, how would the orcs know what a menu is, right? Yeah, I was like, that is really interesting. I guess they could have a menu of options. I don't know. It just seems like a funny thing. So there you have it, my friends. The Lizards and Hadries will be advancing to the grand finals. It's going to be Hadries versus Flying Taco in a best-of-3 showdown to decide who will be the ultimate Thicc battle master today. Franz making his valiant last stand, waving his Runefang and Golmraz in the air, but it is not going to be enough to save him from the big chungish Lizardman force, which has marched down this Empire army quite aggressively, to say the least. Karl needs to get out of here. I think he could just cut his losses here. Cut your losses, man. Mist and Shadow, Cloud and Shade. Yes, cue the music. So Lord Denethor has been eliminated from today's tournament. I think Ice Power should rename himself to Denethor. And don't get me wrong, guys. Ice Power is an amazing player, but obviously his build just wasn't up to snuff here. That is going to be that. The Franz holding back. This is truly an Empire moment, right? Franz holding back the entire Lizardman army, making his valiant Imperial last stand. Well played, Slaanesh Bot Total War. Thank you for bringing the mortar wagons for our entertainment. All those restaurants in Mordor, I know. It's pretty good. Are you guys still singing the Denethor song? Oh, man. 1300 HP on that Shredder Beast, man. All right, Flying Taco, it is time. I am in a Shire posting group. I'm in a bunch of those, actually. I'm in like 3 or 4. Hello, fellow Dukes of Haggard. I know. The Dukes of Haggard is the new title for the channel members, yeah. It has been decided. It's my favorite one. Just reminds me of the ridiculous 80s stuff. All right, there you have it. I don't know what's still left. It looks like a couple flagellants are still fighting. Why would a world that has 2 breakfasts not have a menu? Well, I mean, I don't know if the orcs or the Uruk-hai are... Especially the Uruk-hai who are, like, freshly born, right? Not only do they lack life experience to have gone to a restaurant, but... Oh, sorry. Wrong score. So Hadri's will be advancing to the grand finals to face his compatriot here, to face the Flying Taco. The winner, of course, will be earning a massive prize of $25. Might buy them their next game on Steam that they're opting to play. All right, so let's get this party started. He came, he saw, he memed. All right, so let's get the Flying Taco in here. We'll get this going, man. This should be a pretty good connection, considering all 3 of us here in the finals are American. So I think Taco and Hadri's might be in a similar region as well. Come on, mouse. Where art thou, the Flying Taco? Hey, well played, Ice Power. You tried, man. You tried. You memed a little bit too close to the sun. All right. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Perfect. And now the scoreboard. We will get that reset, and we'll get Flying Taco. All right, cool. And here he is. So Taco starts. Good luck. It's best of 3. So I got to pick the map for them real quick. We could do Ogam Shard. That's actually kind of a cool looking map. Connor, thank you for the donation, man. Recently started TNG for the first time too. Did you enjoy the match of Anbo Jitsu, the ultimate evolution of martial arts between Riker and his father? Yes, I did, dude. Riker is one of my favorite characters, man. I mean, dude, that's the thing, like, about the next generation, Connor. Like, every character is, like, your favorite character, you know? Like, I like them all, more or less. I mean, okay, there's a couple that I don't like as much, but, like, Data, Worf, you know, Riker, Picard, you know, even, like, Wesley Crusher, you become, like, you start to, like, they're just all so good. You know, Counselor Troy has some fun episodes. It's just great. Connor, thanks, man. I'm almost done. I'm halfway through season 6, and I know there's only 7 seasons of The Next Generation, so I'm kind of sad. But after that, I have Deep Space Nine, so... And we're also watching The Boys right now, so we're more or less okay. Ogam Shard, I'll pick Lizardmen. Oh, Flying Taco going for Lizardmen. Oh, I think it's a map that it has aquatics as well. I think Hadri's is... Oh, Hadri's is going to go coast, I think. Yeah. Ban Vampires and Skaven. Okay, Taco's going for the win here. He's going for the win. Yeah. Shut up, Wesley. I know. Poor Wesley Crusher. He obviously where I am. He's. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. I don't want to spoil The Next Generation for you, but. Yeah, Star Trek's really fun, man. Yeah, Guinan, I like Guinan. Guinan's a fun character. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it too much. If there's some folks in here who are watching it, though. I don't want to spoil things. I Am a Space Whale says, hey, Turin, what's a fantasy franchise you'd like to see get an entry in Total War Warhammer? You know, I'm a little bit out of the loop. Fantasy franchise in Warhammer? I don't know. Like, honestly, most of the ones are like that I'm into are pretty mainstream. I mean... Obviously with Warhammer and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones would be fun too. Like kind of a weird, more historical feeling with a little bit of magic and kind of witchcraft going on. Game of Thrones obviously would be huge. All right, so we got lizards for Flying Taco. Lizards seem to be very popular here. The amount of armor they can spam is quite scary. Hadri's is going to go Dark Elves. Okay, so we got Hadries on Dark Elves facing off against Flying Taco and Lizards. Looks like Taco is going to be going sub-faction for Nikai. Yeah. I haven't seen Orville yet. No, I've been told about it, though. I know what it is. The Kylon, what's up? Oh, you know, Battlestar Galactica is another one I really like, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we went on a huge rant about that last stream, so I'll spare you guys. But basically, we just ranted about how awesome Lord of the Rings would be. But yeah, someday, my friend, someday. Yeah, so we're going to get some more Nikai action between Hadries and Taco. These are two gentlemen who are usually at the top end of whatever tournament they're in, so it should be quite a fun scrap in this best of 3. I'm sure they're in chat together now as well, so probably having some fun. Yeah, Battle for Middle-earth Reforged looks pretty interesting. I'll definitely play it and cover it on the channel. 100%. Especially if they have, I'm pretty sure the video I saw, they said they're going to have some good multiplayer functionality, so I will definitely host tournaments and do quick battles and casting and everything for Reforged. Battle for Middle-earth. It's your first time demo, huh? Catching the live stream. Well, we tend to have a good time here. We have a good jolly time here on this stream. Yeah. The Game of Thrones Total War would look like Troy with semi-fantasy mixed in. Perhaps so. Yeah, it's hard to say. Thank you for streaming. I got Total War Warhammer 2 weeks ago and already got 250 hours. Damn, son. You're going deep in that. Happy to hear that, though, dude. It's a great game. And yeah, now is, you know, with the apocalypse going on, now is the best time to just binge on gaming, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it'd be really fun, for sure. Like, I can see the campaign for the White Walkers being pretty neat. Like, you have to, like, subjugate the wildlings and then, like, build up enough of a force to break through the wall. Like, that'd be a super fun campaign. And obviously the Night's Watch would be pretty cool. You get to maintain those northern territories and the wall, and you have to, like, potentially support or not support the wildlings and hold there. Obviously, you know, Lannisport and, all those Winterfell and King's Landing would all be, like, really fun campaigns. Obviously, it'd be more of like a sandbox. You could, like, choose to, like, you know, unify. You could have, like, a crown system too, like the current crown, like, carry some extra weight, just like they do in Three Kingdoms. Like, you could do some really cool features for Game of Thrones Total War. Yeah, they're doing a remake for Battle for Middle-earth. Yeah, there's some footage, actually. I don't know if I'd be allowed to show that on stream. I mean, it's their YouTube channel. I think people do that all the time, but... Dune Total War, yeah. You want to get the House Harkonnen and all the big sandworms coming. Hey, get some rest, Peter. Much appreciated, brother. Sleep well. So yeah, players just picking their armies now. We're on the Ogham Shard here for the first map here. Game of Thrones would work better as a Crusader Kings type game. Maybe. But, like, I'd rather fight the battles, you know? Like, that's the thing. That's why I'm not too hooked on Crusader Kings, because I'm, like, a battle guy. I wouldn't be as interested, you know? Come on. Don't you want to control, like, all these cool Game of Thrones, like, armies, like, on the battlefield? Tell me you don't. Come on. Yeah, and you could also choose not to put your artillery outside your city and sacrifice it to the oncoming army. 100%. You know, you could change those dynamics. Yeah, Guac raises a good point to accentuate, saying Game of Thrones has politics and intrigue at its core, which is not something Total War tends to do justice. It's very true. I mean, maybe they'd have to add some features, but I think Creative Assembly could do it if they really put their heads to it. Yeah. Okay, Kelleran, I'll check out his channel. Green Maz, yes, you are on the finals right now. It's Flying Taco versus Hadries in Best of 3 Showdown. We do have a Nikai sub-faction pick coming in here. It looks like Hadries is ready. I would imagine Flying Taco will be ready as well in just a quick moment, and we'll get this battle started. Yeah, I just love battles, man. Like, I just... You know, I'd even be down for, like, RTS games are just unfortunately, such a dying genre. Like, the true RTS experience with base building and armies, it's really sad. Like, if you go look at RTS games, like, yeah... I wish we could get, like, a big mainstream RTS game. Like, I'm talking a big Chungus thick RTS game. Like, with big esports support, dude, I would love to jump all over casting that type of a game. But, yeah, it's just, it's not meant to be right now. Hopefully someday. Star Wars Total War would be pretty badass too, for sure. I would definitely be into that. Star Trek Total War. You could have like the Romulan Empire. You could have the Klingons. You could have the Federation, the Ferengi, the Kardashians. It's so funny. One of the main like villainous factions in Star Wars are they're called the Kardashians. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Captain Picard is your legendary lord. He can attack people with his facepalm to shame them. Yeah, Iron Harvest looks fun, but like I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. Yeah, Age of Empires 4 2 is on the horizon. Yeah, that's true. StarCraft 2 isn't dead by any stretch of the imagination, but like when you compare StarCraft 2 to like major other esports scenes like MOBAs and RTS, MOBAs and shooters and battle royales, it's like it can't hold a candle to them in terms of viewership and participation. Unless you go to Korea, you know, obviously, then it's a whole different beast. I really do think, I know a lot of you guys think sci-fi wouldn't work in Total War's engine, but it would. I really am a big supporter of that. I think a science fiction game, whether it be 40K or Star Wars or whatever, could be done very well. Oh, Age of Empires 2 is an amazing game. It is. Yeah, it is. It's micro-intensive for sure. Man, I was watching the Age of Empires big tournament they had a couple weeks ago on Red Bull Gaming. Red Bull sponsors it, and it was pretty substantial. Oh my god, look at the deployment zones. I forgot about this. Oh my god. Guys, look. Hadrius is like, help, I'm trapped in a tiny box. Alright guys, for the Lizard Army, it's going to be an entire Saurus battle line. So it is time to get down to business and have some fun. It's going to be Saurus all on the front line. Secondary line is going to be Kroxigor Smash. With oh baby, the Ancient Stegodon with the Engine of the Gods. Talk dirty. So excited for this. And, oh my god, it's double Ancient Stegodon, double Engine of the Gods. Aside from that, we got a Skink Priest of Beast. We have Nakai the Wanderer and Skink support. We have 5 of the Ripperdactyls with Skink Skirmishers out in the Vanguard. Holy shit, this is exciting. Let's get down to business, dudes. And now for the forces of the Druchii. We have the Charybdis. We have a double Hydra. So we have Chill of Sontar, War Hydra, Charybdis. Double Canid Assassin, Marathi. So yeah, going for the classic Dark Elf debuff here. It's missing a Hag, but still, Marathi, of course, has a huge debuff aura. Front line is going to be Corsair Handbows. You can see there's a ton of them. Pretty decent at kiting and shooting at things like Pterodons. And Black Guard here in the secondary. Shades in the back. Blades of the Blood Queen and Harganeth Executioners in reserve. Yeah, a ton of Harganeth Executioners. Man. And Cold One Knights backed up by, you know, Harvesters and Dark Riders and all sorts of little annoying units like that. Ryan G. StarCraft 2 has an insane skill curve. It does. I played StarCraft for many years. Played StarCraft 2 since launch up until, what, 2014, 2015? I completely understand. Yeah, I had a great time playing StarCraft 2. Just all my friends stopped playing, and yeah. There was no more like culture for me to log on and chat with my friends while I played, so I kind of got sad and just stopped playing. It is what it is, man. Nothing lasts forever, sadly. Yes, the battle is here. Pretty cool army, the triple Hydra. Well, double Hydra Charybdis against the double Engine of the Gods. Doesn't get much better than this, guys. This is a premier Total War Warhammer. Seems like very little lag also, which is good. Players' armies are moving forward. It is a night map, so it's a little bit hard to see. But it's not too bad. There's far worse maps, to be honest. The funds are 17,000 something. Somebody in chat can probably answer your question. The map is pretty small, but it's okay. It's not as small as like Essence of Chaos or different maps like this. The big problem with this map is it has a really, really small deployment zone as well. Yes, go forth and conquer. The Corsair Handbows are ready to party. The Black Guard of Nagaron waiting in the secondary line, so basically the Corsair Handbows can just fall back behind the Black Guard, and Kroxigors will, of course, you know, have trouble against the Black Guard, but the Golden Knights definitely going to have to support them, or else they'll just be kind of ignored and pushed fast. Yeah. It's wild indeed. Here we do have the Chill of Sontar, causing some problems here on the flank. You know, just harassing these poor Skink Skirmishers. Corsair Handbows shooting quite happily, but the Flying Taco. You know what's going to be really crazy is that if a really good Engine of the Gods cast goes off on Black Guard or Shades or any number of targets, dude, that is going to just be absolutely foul. Absolutely foul. So the Corsair Handbows is going to be scooting forward, going after the Sacred Croxagores. These bad boys got their power fists out, and they are just getting hammered with shots. Shades are also shooting, and Shades, of course, have amazing armor-piercing values, and you can see the Shades. Yeah, those Croxagores definitely overextended a little bit, and it's not the biggest mistake in the world. Of course, on the funds of this size, you're going to be able to be making more mistakes. Breath attack coming in from the Hydra. Able to clip a couple Saurus. Looks like it takes out a handful of those guys. And Dark Elves really falling back into a very defensive posture, which, of course, I think is good. They have Marathi, so they're going to want to fight very much in a boxy style of play. So here the Halberds will hold. They don't have charge defense against all, so they might as well charge. But in this case, I think it's okay just to chill and pull back. And you can see the Blackguard are going to be pulled back, and the Blades of the Blood Queen are going to be sent forward to attack the Saurus. But I definitely think they need to fight shoulder to shoulder. Otherwise, the Croxagores are just going to basically power fist down the Blades of the Blood Queen here. In the center, the Hydras and Marathi pushing forward. On the far side, Dark Riders embroiled in combat versus Saurus. Yeah, the Engine of the Gods is what I really want to watch out for. So I'm going to sit at a bit of a macro perspective. Normally I'd like to cast a little bit closer, but in this case I think it's prudent just so we can see the Engine of the Gods. So here the Corsair Handbows were forced back, and now the Ripperdactyls are going to be jumping on them. Now, oh, where's it going? Oh, baby. Oh, the destruction. Look at the destruction on those Blackguard. Absolutely destroyed by this Ancient Stegodon. Hot damn. Just KO'd. 100% down to like 10%. Oh, baby, talk dirty. That was awesome. Anyways, here you can see the Ripperdactyls are able to get in and cause some pretty good disruption, but there's a nice response of a Soul Stealer on those guys, and also the crossfiring from the Corsairs is quite efficient. And here we do have the Blackguard holding back the Saurus and also the Croxagores pretty well. Blades of the Blood Queen pushing forward, and the center mass of Saurus Spears has been broken by the double Hydra. So, man, I hope we get more of those this game. I'm pretty sure that was just one. Maybe it was two at a time. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. So balance of power is pretty even. I mean, all three Hydras and Charybdis are in good shape, and Charybdis and Hydra standing on top of Blackguard is going to be quite nasty. Here, the Ancient Stegodon is now being attacked by the trio of multi-headed beasts, and certainly is going to want to run. That's one thing this Lizardman army is a little bit weak in, is in the monster fight. They don't have like Carnosaurs or things like that to really help. Granted, Croxagores have enough mass to help, and obviously there are Saurus Spears and things like that that can help them out. So Lizards are able to collapse his flank using the Engine of the Gods as a giant beatstick. Nakai and the Ripperdactyl still causing a lot of backline disruption. And here comes the Ancient Stegodon now jumping into the Corsairs. Killing a couple models on impact, certainly looking good while doing it. And, you know, big boy Nakai also causing some drama as well. So over here, Shades are still shooting. Shades are putting a huge hurting here on Sacred Croxagores. The Halberds plus the Shades is a pretty strong combo for sure. If the Croxies and other assets aren't able to get back here and shut down the Shades, oh man, I'm just waiting for another Engine of the Gods. Just give it to me. Give me the Engine of the Gods. Yeah, man, Shades really carrying their weight, especially when stacked up with Harganeth Executioners and these Blackguard, really able to cut through the Saurus and Croxagore combo. But Lizards, of course, do have a number advantage, and you can see now the Power Fist Croxagores have found a bit of an opening with the support of the Skinks and some of the Ripperdactyls up in the sky. And the Shades are going to be taken into absolute Pound Town here, so you can see not going to be a great situation for these bad boys. Yeah, Ripperdactyls coming in as well. That's a big old oof, for sure. Balance of power is pretty much dead even. I mean, though the Lizards seem to be getting many good engagements, the leadership core of the Dark Elves is very terrifying. Charybdis, Hydra, Marathi, and Double Assassin, those are all assets which are going to be very tough to kill. However, the one thing that is very good for the Flying Taco is that he does have 1 million Skink Skirmishers. Oh, baby, here it comes. Oh, yes, give it to us. 5.4. Oh, my God, the destruction. 5.4 down to 770 on Ultra Funds. Apparently that is pretty good because there's so much to micro, it's not as easy to catch those. Holy shit, those Blackguard got deleted. Absolute deleted. Well, balance of power is still even though. Dark Elves have their big monsters, which are quite scary. Most of their infantry are very tattered, especially with those brutal Engine of the Gods cast. That is just some nasty stuff right there. And over here, what do we have? We have Harganeth Executioners and Blackguard still doing well, but they're a little bit separated from their main core here. One of the Hydras is going to be getting a healing proc, which is certainly quite nice, but nice summon here by Flying Taco. Going to be trying to pin in and break that Hydra. I think if he can chase the Hydras off the battlefield, he'll be probably in pretty dominant shape. Granted, the Chill of Sontar and the Charybdis are still both in really good shape. Dude, that's what's cool about this format. Like, you don't get to see that in competitive multiplayer, and when you do, people just dodge it. But in this format where there's so much going on, you actually get to see abilities like that be good, right? Which is quite cool. Anyways, here, Breath Attack coming in from the Hydra. Very nice one right there. Able to wreck some of them Saurus Spears and buy Marathi some time. That Hydra is shattered. Certainly will not be coming back, despite the fact that it may still heal. And here on the back line, we have a bunch of Corsair Handbows. Getting some decent shots here into the big old Stego Beast, which is also shaken. He's at 15 leadership, very, very low. Could potentially be finished off here, but yeah, Terror Routes might come down and break this pocket as well. We will see. Yeah, he's wavering. He's pretty close to breaking. 8 leadership, 2 leadership. Will the Marathi Death Star be enough to carry? I mean, it's certainly possible when the summons wear off, of course. And there still is a fair amount of decent Dark Elf infantry around the battlefield. We have Blackguard here. We have Blackguard and Harganeth here. More Blackguard here. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, will the Kryptis and Hydra and Marathi with a big Soul Stealer? That would be really nasty here. You can see actually a route going down to the Kroxigors from fighting against these big monsters. I don't know. This is a really close battle, guys. Currently, as the Balance of Power does say, Flying Taco is a little bit ahead, but... Oh, Nakai just killed something. I don't know what it was. Hold on. Looks like a Khanate Assassin or something. Yeah, I think he might have been able to get one of the Khanate Assassins. Nakai, of course, quite the thick chungus here. Going to be getting blasted by the Doom Bolt of Marathi, the Wand of Koraidon. Now it's just kind of a monster fight here. Will the Hydra and the Charybdis be able to take out this Ancient Stegodon? They should be able to. For sure. The Stegodon isn't like a monster versus monster piece, and the Charybdis is really nasty against monsters, actually. It has poison, really good AP values. And the Ancient Stegodon is going to break, and Balance of Power is going to pull back towards the middle as these Stegodons do break. I mean, they've certainly paid for themselves. What are the kill count? Yeah, 101 kills in this one, and the other Stego here is also not in bad shape, 85. Lizards definitely need to get an Alpha Strike. One Khanate Assassin is broken, but I'm pretty sure something will chase it off or keep it from being a factor, really. We have a couple Blackheart Corsair Handbows in the back fighting against some SARs. Very, very loose engagements, but really the main point we need to focus on is here. And this is where the Skink Hordes really come into play. 4 Skink Skirmishers, I think, here. No, 5 in total are still functional, all of which actually have a little bit of ammo. So if you just focus down the Chill of Santar, the Chill of Santar, and or the Charybdis, you're going to get your value for sure. It looks like they're going after the Chill, which is an interesting choice. Not a bad one. It can heal, whereas the Charybdis can't, but I do understand because the Chill of Santar is lower, and is certainly a pretty impactful threat against more targets with its breath attacks and its regeneration. So trying to take that bad boy out certainly isn't a bad idea. So the Lizard's coming in for a full surround. Skink's poking and a stroking, but man, the healing of that Chill of Santar might be able to outpace this army, and the Druki might be able to get this one back. I mean, Lizards are looking pretty tattered, I guess. Yeah, they have Kroxigors here. These are, I think, spanking paddle Kroxigors. They have the Ancient Stegodon coming back in as well. More Skink Skirmishers. Big old Nakai is over here as well. And Nakai is just kind of helping to finish off some of these lead infantry. He's good against such targets. Yeah, going for the Mike Tyson uppercut right there. The Chill of Centaur. The Chill of Santa. I know, there's a lot of great names for that mighty beast. Nakai is such a cool looking model. Just a giant pissed off crocodile. Look at that. Just cleaving that guy asunder. And there he goes. Blackguard and those elite infantry down there will be broken. And yeah, now it's basically just Marathi's Hydra harem here. Leadership's a big problem. Yeah, if Taco's able to break the leadership of Hadri's like monsters, that could just win him the game outright. The Charybdis is just barely holding on, man. It's fighting spears. It's getting attacked by Ripperdactyls now. Marathi, of course, debuffing the melee attack of all these units. So, like, the spears here have freaking 6 melee attack. Kroxigors are rocking 8. Just shows how powerful Marathi is. Charybdis is broken. That's pretty rough. I mean, that thing has 3,600 HP, and there's no way that thing's going to be able to be saved. And now, Nakai the Wanderer's coming in, baby. He's got his big paddle. He's looking to give Marathi a good, proper spanking. Primal Roar is active, so the entire Lizard army here is going to get a massive boon to their melee attack. Eat your heart out, Marathi. That buff is quite strong. And the Charybdis is going to get chased. I mean, that would be a huge mistake not to chase it. I mean, if we look around, Dark Elves don't really have anything left other than their monsters. They have a couple pockets of, like, Blackguard here that are just on death's bed. And it looks like a nice Soul Stealer going down. That's actually very powerful from Marathi. Might actually be able to finish off the Stegodon here. At least not finish it, but, you know, send it a message here. Yeah, down to 265. Chill of Santar is broken, though, and now it's basically just Marathi versus the world. The little Skink poking is very, very strong here. And you can see, maybe it'll come back. I mean, there are some Blackguard and other troops here, and also the Khanate Assassin has made his way back in. Marathi is a real pain, too. And where is Nakai? Okay, so at this point, Flying Taco probably knows the game's pretty close, so he's just going to make sure to clean up everything that possibly could come back so that Hadri's cannot get any reinforcements. Oh my god, dude, the Engine of the Gods this game were just insane. Just absolutely insane. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, guys. So Marathi is here. She is doing her thing. Her anti-large halberd poking down some of the Kroxigors, but I think she's doomed. You can see Marathi's trying to get over here and get to her remaining forces, to the Blackguard and to the Khanate Assassin, but I think Nakai is going to be able to take him to Pound Town, man. And there's still so many Sars and so many spears. This was a really close battle, man. This was like a good, long scrap. So well played to both these two fine gentlemen here. Skink cohorts are coming in. And there they go. Going to be going after the Blackguard. Dude, Engine of the Gods, so good and tasty. So good and tasty. I feel like this game should be casted separately just to show off the Engine of the Gods actually doing something. And that's going to be it. Nakai is nearby. You can see he's lurking over the hill somewhere. And he's going to be coming in and most certainly beating down Marathi here. Although in a vacuum, Marathi might beat him, actually. She has anti-large AP and has really good debuffs, but I think with the support of any infantry or things like that, let's see what they're saying. Saying GG across the board. Marathi's going to get army losses. I would imagine soon. She's like the only thing left that's fighting here. Come on, get Nakai in there, Taco. Give it to us. Give it to us. We'll see. Cross score still laying a good old paddle in on her. It takes them a while to kill her because their melee attack is so low from all the debuffs. Apparently, lizards care about her enchanting beauty. Somehow, these cold-blooded creatures are captivated by Marathi's beauty, which is interesting. Let us not ask questions. This is Warhammer Fantasy. And Marathi is going to be the last of her people, but man, that was a very... yeah, talk about attrition. Talk about a Pyrrhic victory. Both armies just beaten to the point of barely surviving. But the durability of the Saurus and the Skinks in the fourth quarter. Oh, yeah, here he comes. Clubbing through his own boys and launching off the side of a cliff. Dude, the Engine of the Gods was so good. Alejandro says his friend owes him 50 euros now. Oh, man. Well, glad to hear. Glad to hear it worked out for you. Let us go ahead and update these scorecards in this best of 3. The Flying Taco will go up with his Lizard Legion. And now we will do... what map do we want to do? You know, Lost Crater could be fun. That giant hill is a little bit annoying, but, you know, it could make for a fun battle. Okay, let's get this going. Let's find him a proper map. We'll do the Oakenhammer. Between the Perfect Vigor. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, if Marathi has her magic at 2, that's another factor. Because Soul Stealer would be really strong in that dueling situation. Guys, hopefully you're enjoying this Ultra Thick Funds tournament. Thank you all for joining today. It's been a blast. We're carrying on to the next match. Picks and bans are underway. And now we just hang out, man. Reptilian Riptide ravenously ravages Raging Reavers. Oh, that was good, dude. Nice. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, Marathi tried. She tried her best. So we shall be on the Oakenhammer. That was probably the fact that those Engine of the Gods did so much damage. Like, they got maximum value, more or less. They were able to just destroy. Hadri's going Dwarves, actually. I'm not sure what his picks and bans are. I have a feeling Hadri's and Flying Taco are in chat together, so they're probably just talking through the picks and bans, which is totally fine. Hey, Nick Lindberg. I'm glad you enjoyed the format, man. I do too. I do too. And if you guys are enjoying the format, and you're not subscribed to the channel, man, what are you doing? Join this party. Of course, it's pretty much part of my job to promote that. I always hate asking for likes and subscribers, but come join the fun, man. It's a good time. Second part Rogue Idol stream is me playing on this tourney. Yeah, that's true. You can actually see Falcon playing in the most recent large fun tournament on his channel. And Falcon, as always, man, feel free to link to your channel, yeah? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You want to see how the Dark Lord himself plays, you can see it firsthand. Dark Elves in this format, yeah, it's interesting. I think they need to bring, like, bolt throwers. We haven't seen those. Lizardmen seem really strong in this format. Like, the amount of armor they can bring is, like, really, really scary. So, Hadri's is going Dawi, banning Skaven and High Elves. Yeah. Oh, man, I haven't looked into my new computer rig yet, Jameis. I have not. By my beard, this will be a reckoning. I hope so. Oh, we got the Beastmen. Flying Taco. Beastmen versus Dwarves. This will be a fun one, actually. I hope Hadri's brings like just a mean Ironbreaker Trollhammer build with like gyrocopters and yeah. I mean, but we are on ladder rules too, so Flying Taco could bring like 3 Cygors, you know, and summon Cygors too. Like, there's a lot of dirtiness in this format, so. Yeah, there's a lot of dirty stuff. Warp Chicken or right? Well, you are getting a form of chaos. You're not getting the Warp Chicken. You're getting Warp Dreadlock. So you're getting your boy Morker most likely. Kazarak, probably not. Like, if he gets caught in one bad volley from like 3 cannons, he's just dead, you know? Has anyone tried High Elves in this format? Last tournament we had them, yeah. They did pretty well for themselves. Because on ladder, you're allowed to bring 2 nobles on chariots, 2 dragons, and a flying lord. So you can have like a really brutal goon squad. High Elves won last time, I think. They might have lost the game too. I can't remember, but yeah, High Elves did well. It definitely changes the meta for sure. How are the Beastmen in this format? They seem pretty good. We had a Beastmen victory earlier. I mean, they can just... They're really simplistic, right? Just rushing with Razor Gores and Minotaurs and like, you know. And then you can even get Bestigors too with the extra money, so... Yeah, so who knows? Beastmen versus Dwarves, certainly a fun matchup. We'll see if Hadrius can even out the score here. If Flying Taco does win, the stream will be over. He will be our champ for the day. Yeah, it's a nice stream, just over 2 hours, probably end under 3 hours. Slashy Slut, the NVIDIA 30X card drops next week. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm going to have probably Italian Spartacus help me build a PC once we get everything going. But I'm kind of saving money right now because Lady Turin and I want to move. But guaranteed before Warhammer 3 comes out, I will get a new PC. Like 100%. That's like the big thing. Like I want to have a big, powerful alpha PC right before Game 3 comes out so I can get the best quality for you guys. Yeah, so we'll see how it unfolds. Army of Giants. I mean, you could bring some giants. You could just slap 3 giants in there. You have so much money to spend. Why not? I guess. Like, I feel like in this format, threat saturation is really good, but the dwarves should just bring like 1,000,000 thunderers here and just layer them. Just play them like Vampire Coast. Like, just stack all your guns like across from one another in this like weird kind of scattered formation. Yeah. You want your air battle? I don't think you're going to get it here, unfortunately. Is there a chance of an Ultra Funds faction war? Might be too long, yeah. There will be a faction war very soon. I was actually looking back at all my previous streams and to try and gauge what you guys liked the most. And holy shit, man, the faction wars just do so well. You guys seem to really enjoy that format. So I'm going to try and get back on that train. I've been a little bit lazy about it. Am I going to do a giveaway of the Turin toaster? No, what I'll probably do is use it for recording 40K stuff. So I'll set it up next to my 40K table and have it be the repository for the footage that's being recorded for battle reports. Eventually, I want to have some like really good quality battle reports on my channel. Obviously, I won't be able to reach the quality of like Tabletop Titans, but I want to get somewhere in the ballpark. Someday, I don't know when. Yeah. Sanier says, eating pizza and fries while watching a Turin stream. Yeah, it's the life, dude. You have finally ascended to the big Chungus hood. You have, dude. You have. Welcome. Join me, brother. Together we shall conquer. Flying Taco's ready. I would imagine it's going to be 1,000,000 Razor Gores and 1,000,000 Minotaurs with Bestigors charging. I can't see much else. I mean, or we could see a ton of Cygors too. Like, that's what's crazy, man. Like, this opens up a lot of stuff you normally couldn't do, right? In traditional competitive play. So we'll see what they do. I'm quite excited. You guys want One Eye? You want Khazrak? I don't think we're going to see. I would be really shocked to see Khazrak. Against, like, high funds dwarves who could have, like, up to 6 cannons, Khazrak would be immediately trash canned. Dude, Khazrak would have such a bad time. I mean, maybe it could work. Maybe just, I don't know. You guys think it's going to be Khazrak? I don't think so. I think it's going to be Morker. I do not have the mullet. No, I got a haircut because I looked like a homeless person. I was starting to look like really bad, and also like I was gaining weight too, so it was like a combination of like having a mullet and like growing a potbelly that just my psyche couldn't handle anymore. I actually am working on some Khorne Berserkers I should show you guys. Yeah. I bought some Blood Warriors from Age of Sigmar. And I basically converted them. So I gave them Space Marine backpacks, and I gave them chain swords instead of their AOS weapons. And now they're just really badass Khorne Berserker models. Yeah, standard tournament rules do apply as it pertains to rules of engagement, but not for army picks. So like they can just get way more crazy stuff. Yeah, and just like we anticipated, you can see here it's going to be Penta Bestigor. We have freaking Raiders, Goreherds, a ton of Minotaurs, a ton of Razor Gores, Chariots, like all the things the dwarves hate. Morker, the Shadow Cave, Ray Shaman of Beasts, and Harpies. Like, yeah. Minotaurs into the sunset, man. Because you can bring the shielded variant and the dual weapon variant. And yeah, Razor Gores are really good. If you're zoomed out really high up. I played on Catskills for Ultima Online. If you're zoomed out really high up, you can see, tell me if I'm wrong, but don't these like little Razor Gore herds look like little burritos? Like if you're zoomed out, they look like little tacos, which is pretty funny because Flying Taco is a really good Beastman player. All right, guys, and now for the Dawe. It's going to be the quad cannon battle line of blasting charges and Longbeards with great weapons, who of course do have charge defense. Gyrocopters, oh yeah, Iron Drakes, baby. Iron Drakes, Iron Breakers, and a million Slayers. Look at all the regular Slayers and Giant Slayers. Oh yeah. That is so good. Yeah, I'll show you guys the Berserkers before the stream is over. I'm going to put up a picture on the community section, but I'll come hold them in front of the camera so you can see. That is a Dawe Legion. I mean, the freaking Slayers are going to be super effective here. For sure, against all the Minotaurs and other tools. Where's the Dwarf Lord? I can't find him. Oh, he's down the pipe here. Okay. Looks like we got more Dwarf Warriors here. You got Gotrek, Felix, and the High King Thorgrim. Dude, Ultima Online was like one of my favorite gaming experiences of all time. Oh my god, I missed that game. It was so good. Italian Spartacus was really big into Ultima also. We both played. Not together, because we didn't know each other then, but yeah, Gotrek, Felix, nice little Death Star of characters there. Gyrocopters will be super efficient as well. Their steam cannons are great at clearing out chaff, and actually can do okay against Minotaurs. Yeah. Ungrim is not here. The Slayers are going to be led by Thorgrim, which I'm sure they're fine with. These dwarves, I'm sure, have some respect for their High King. Hadri's not spreading out too much, which is good. He's keeping a relatively tight formation, which I think is quite strong. And yeah, the cannons should be able to rain some unholy fire here, if you can find the Butchers of Kalkengard quickly. Minotaurs. Here they are, I think. Yeah, they have the cowhide print. They have the cowhide print, which is quite good. Felix being unbreakable would be pretty OP and also not lore friendly. I mean, he's pretty freaking brave in lore. Like in the books, Felix is like super heroic. You know, he's always super afraid, but then like at the last second he'll like, you know, make the right play or save someone, or and he actually becomes a really good fighter in lore. But in terms of like being unbreakable, definitely not. There's times where he's like terrified, you know. Yeah. That is true indeed. And the Bray Herd is ready. Good luck, have fun. Being dropped. Let's say it to these fine players here. And I'll get this party started, man. Donut Stick, Siege Perilous. Oh, right on, man. I do miss the Ultima Online days. I was so young when I played that game, though. I was such a wee lad. I was in like 5th and 6th grade. I was terrible, man. I was able to become a Grandmaster Lancer and animal taming and animal lore, I think is what it was. I can't remember. Yeah. But first aid, obviously. Yeah, that was a great game. That was a great game. Looks good. Looks like the last of the Dwarven assets are being allocated to their respective positions. Obviously, you know, Hadri's has to be very careful with his positions here. There's a big rush coming his way. Although the Dwarves stand ready, the Iron Drakes here in the center mass certainly going to be lending their flamethrowers here to battle. No organ guns. Yeah, organ gun could have been an interesting choice for sure, like 1 or 2. Cannons, of course, are very efficient, though. You know, at superior range, they can generally get some really nasty value on the approaching Beastmen. But guys, look at the minimap. If you guys look the tactical view, haha, I never do this. You can see we have a huge Beastmen like semicircle with like Vanguard as well. There's actually a couple Vanguards back here and back here. So yeah, that is a big old Beastmen surround. That is a big old Beastmen surround indeed. For Grimnir, let us hear it in chat, guys. Where does your allegiance lie? Are you a son of Grungni? Are you an ancestor? Are you a dwarf? Let us know. Or do you like those smelly, stinky Beastmen? A little bit of heretical fun. Is that what you're about? Let us know in chat, man. Got to get the hype train going. Rubber Duck of War hyping up his boy Taco. Pulling against Hadri's, man. He's not going to forgive this. The dwarves don't forget, man. Yeah, the view's kind of fun. You can kind of see what's going on with deployment. It's better. I like that view better on bigger battles. Let's see if there's any loreful talking. No, just good luck. Have fun's being dropped by both players. For Casmodan. Yeah, close enough. So the cannons are going to be shooting in, immediately taking some pot shots here at the Harpies. I don't think there's any guns, really. Yeah, he's got the Iron Drakes and cannons. There's no Thunderers. Looks like the Dwarves are really prepared to scrap, you know, to get in there, go fisticuffs, and just do some battle in that respect. And here comes the Gyrocopters flying. Going to be trying to get some freebies here on some of the Centaurs if they can. Razor Gores are also a choice target. They're lightly armored too. They only have 45 armor, so you can certainly get some big damage, really. And, you know, actually shooting the Razor Gores here would be really strong, because you could potentially force them off the battlefield. Oh, look at this, guys. We actually have a Gyro Bomber, too, from Hadri's. That's really strong in Ultra Funds. Once the Beastmen blob up on you. Yeah, and look at that. He's able to rampage those Razor Gores. Nice pick right there. Dwarves, in the meantime, just kind of hanging back. It looks like the cannons are now shooting at the Minotaurs, so these Minotaurs with shields are getting pounded pretty good by the Dwarven cannon fire. And these Razor Gores are wavering. That is a lot of firepower. They're at 7 leaderships, and Dwarven Bowfire probably will be enough to maybe break them. 4. Oh, it's really close, but the gyro stopped shooting for a moment. Looks like they might stabilize. Come back in here. You also got to watch out, too. We do have the Harpies attacking the Gyrocopters. Harpies are a great answer. They're not as quick as Gyros, but they can still just kind of follow them around the map and be really obnoxious. Iron Drakes definitely are going to want to sit and shoot at some of the Harpies if they can. The first shots are being loosed, and ooh, those Harpies are going to get roasted. Oh boy, look at that. Harpies taking some big HP damage there. Wasn't quite a direct hit, but a lot of the Harpies do get taken out of the sky there and are going to break simply to those Iron Drakes. That was actually pretty cool for sure. So here we have Razor Gores charging into some of the Rangers, which were a little bit ahead of the Dwarven formation. Harpies looking to engage as well, but there's plenty of Slayers, and here we do have the first wave of Razor Gore chariots just get blasted by the blasting charges. My goodness, those Razor Gores took a beating. Longbeard's getting massacred as well, though. Longbeard's just double Minotaur plus Bestigors, and chariots running them over is quite nasty. So now the Slayers are going to be piling in. Longbeard's valiantly holding for Grungni, but not for long. And yeah, Iron Drake's cooking. Longbeards do have charged defense against large. I might as well stay braced against the Butchers of Kalkengard and some of those other assets. Blasting charges from the secondary coming in, and Harpies are being roasted by some of the Iron Drakes, and yeah, not bad, man. I mean, he gets rid of them really quickly, actually. But yeah, Slayers are going to be the hard carries this game. It looks like over here Morkur did blow his summons load, and Gotrek, Felix, and High King Thorgrim are actually here to hold up this Minotaur bus. And I would imagine that Flying Taco is just going to be trying to push past this. The first Manticore summon is active, and the dreaded tactical reserves are here from Flying Taco. This is a mistake that could cost him the game. A lot of Minotaurs are back here. 2 Minotaurs, 1 Razor Gore, and 2 Raiders. That is a huge mistake there by the Flying Taco, and one that the Dwarves will happily punish. So in the back line, the Dwarves are stable. It looks like their infantry have found kind of a repose, and they found a place where they can hold back the Beastmen. A big center mass charge coming in here from the Minotaurs with dual weapons. The Iron Drakes are waiting for them with the flamethrowers. Oh yeah, here it comes, baby. Minotaurs battling Dwarves on every front, ripping flamethrower shots. But the Dragonback Slayers are nearby, and Dragonback Slayers should be able to pile in and cut those guys to pieces. But remember, there is a lot to micro here in this battle for both players. This is kind of a cool tactic, actually, by Hadrius. I really like it. Using the Gyrocopters to tank the Harpies while the Iron Drakes are, like, cleaning off some, like, dirt off your car, right? The Harpies just getting sprayed off, which is badass indeed. Balance of power is looking pretty even. Certainly a very close fight. The problem is Slayers are fighting Chaff now, so Slayers are fighting Gore Herds, which is pretty unfortunate. But over here, it's going pretty well, obviously. You can see the Giant Slayers and company are able to grind through many of the Beastmen forces, and some of the Minotaurs do get taken out by Gotrek and Felix, and the spawn summons are, starting to calm down a little bit. The Beastmen finally do realize they have some reserves back here, so you can see that Flying Taco has grabbed his Minotaurs and will be sending those guys into embroiled combat. Time to get pitched, time to get heated. So the Dwarves do have a cannon here online. This cannon position is very compromised. Dragonback Slayers are able to push off what appears to be Harpies, but yeah, they should probably pull back here and try and stop this. Oh man, look at the Iron Drakes just roasting those Tentagores with throwing axes on the far side. That's nice too, it does free up the Gyrocopters, so yeah, should be a relatively decent trade. Longbeards with the Great Opens able to fend off the Bestigors with a little bit of a Warrior of Dragonfire pass support. Beastmen, though, really able to collapse the center. If you look at this battlefield, the Beastmen really have a nice pocket of strength here. Now Raiders are in here as well. Raiders will be a nice tool against Slayers and many of those other assets here, so we'll certainly see how that unfolds. This is a pretty gross dwarf pocket, though. Ironbreaker's rolling with these, like, character goon squad. Gotrek and Felix, the heroes of the old world. Herr Jaeger charging in, and certainly should be able to take out some of the Minotaurs. Gotrek with overhand right. Melee defense of the Minotaurs holds, but these two heroes fight shoulder to shoulder against the terrors of the old worlds. High King Thorgrim coming to their aid. A glorious, that's such a cool looking shot. The Minotaurs just being cleaved by Gotrek and Felix. Felix, of course, is going to be healing these characters as well, but more Minotaurs are coming in. Oh, that is a scrappy fight right there. That is badass. But yeah, the Dwarfs are holding well. Over here we have a big Dwarven position as well. We have Iron Drakes, we have Iron Breakers fighting, Dragonback Slayers, a full health group of Norgumlings, Iron Breakers. That's going to be a pain, and the Beastmen army is looking a little bit tattered, a little bit kind of run through the, or dragged through the mud. Ironbreakers, of course, having a bad fight here against Minotaurs, but there are a lot of Dwarven troops, and somehow, some way, this Iron Drake with the flamethrowers is still online. If those guys were to turn and start shooting at the Minotaurs here, that would be juicy, juicy stuff. Now, back in, you can see Gotrek. I mean, the big problem for Flying Taco is if the Dwarves are able to centralize a force, like get a big blob, I think the Beastmen won't be able to break it. Like, Ironbreakers stacked with these heroes, stacked with Slayers, that's just going to be a balls-deep Dwarven formation. Iron Drakes, are they back online? It looks like they're rotating up and about. Not sure. Oh, I think he's targeting after the Centaurs with throwing axes. Okay. That explains why they're moving like that. And here's Morker. Morker's got to watch out, though. If the heroes are able to get to him, Thorgrim will certainly lay a smackdown on that character. Granted, Thorgrim does do magic damage, so it won't do that much against the boy, the pig, the goat, whatever you want to call him, Morker the Shadowgave. Probably a little bit of everything, considered how mutated of a spawn he is. Slim Nips, thank you for the $80 donation. I missed it during the heat of battle. He says, Dawi for life. Well, it looks like your Dawi. Vengeance shall be achieved. Slim, thank you so much for your donation. Sorry I missed it in the heat of this battle. I really do appreciate it, man. Thorgrim Grudgebearer going after those Razor Gore chariots here, and looks like the gyrocopters are flying overhead. Still in pretty good shape. Dwarfs are holding, man. Although the Beastmen have compromised many of the cannon positions, the tenacity of the Slayers and Ironbreakers is very, very strong, and these Bestigors are broken before the might of these Giant Slayers, led by the High King Thorgrim. Writing grudges in his book as he goes about smashing these giant Minotaurs. Looks like Butchers of Kalkengard still rocking some models. I love seeing Giant Slayers charge some beasts. It's such a cool looking shot. Gonna be tough though. Looks like an Amber Spear coming down. Ooh, that could be a good Amber Spear from the Beastmen. Oh, it goes through. I thought it was gonna go after these Ironbreakers. It looks like it went after the wrong one to an extent. Definitely Hadri's is gonna want to try and save these Iron Drakes if he can. Although I think that Flying Taku does smell blood in the water and is gonna be going after them with all his Minotaurs. Not before they roast a couple Bestigor herds, but yeah, these Iron Drakes are about to get Mino bust pretty hard for sure. Oh no, but the Minotaurs at the last second, just like some movie plot armor, decide to go somewhere else, but nope, they're coming back. Iron Drakes are about to get the business. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, but they do shatter those Bestigors most likely there on the far side, yeah. Oh my god, the impact damage on those Iron Drakes was brutal. Freaking Minotaurs, they hit so hard. Yeah, this is a Dwarven Death Star if I've ever seen one. Gotrek, Felix, Thorgrim, dude, that is a big, big, thick situation. Yeah. I mean, the battle clearly is going to be probably impossible for the Beastmen. I mean, Morker has blown his load. As far as winds of magic, I mean, you probably have a couple Amber Spears. Maybe Amber Spears could do something. I mean, Minotaurs are really, really good against these type of units, but the problem is that there's Slayers mixed in. So Slayers, saturating into Minotaurs is going to be a bad trade. Plus, all the characters here are going to be very, very scary. So here you can see some of the Bestigors charging. And Bestigors, of course, will be happy to fight Slayers with their armor. Because these are no mere Slayers. These are Giant Slayers. We also do have the Norgrimlings Ironbreakers piling in and being rear charged by these piggies. Gotrek, though, certainly some grudges to settle. Going to be charging in. Each of Gotrek's attacks probably will kill a Minotaur. And it looks like there's going to be another spawn summon. Man, the fourth quarter spawn summon being saved here by Morker the Shadowgave. Really good patience there by the Flying Taco. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even if the Beastmen killed all the stuff, I mean, they probably would be able to break Felix's leadership and then from there beat the rest of the Dwarves. But, yeah, this is the last kind of moo of the Beastmen. Something else that we really have to consider is that there's gyrocopters coming back, and they're both kind of healthy. So the gyrocopters... Oh, look at this in a Manticore summon here. Man, Flying Taco going in for the final push, and could this break the back of the Dwarves? I mean, it's looking tough, but I mean, the Dwarven army's very low. 10 Slayers, 11 Dragonback Slayers, 1 Slayer here. Ironbreakers are pretty much holding, but 56... 60 here. Steam cannons are shooting in. Certainly going to be helpful for breaking down some of the lightly armored units. The random Slayer yelling. Oh, and the Slayers are such a cool unit. And, yeah, it looks like the boys might be breaking. Razor Gore's running for the hills. Minotaur's running as well. The big, juicy Gyro Bomber's coming in to ram its blades into the raw hide here of this feral Manticore as well. Flying Taco, man. Down but never out. Hadri's holding like a true Dawi champion. And here you can see that Morker the Shadowgave is being worn down in combat here. You know who's actually quite good at killing him is, obviously Gotrek and Felix. But Felix has a bonus for his infantry, which will be very, very useful against him. And it looks like the Bray herd is finally starting to buckle. This brutal battle, if you just take a look around, look at the amount of casualties from both sides. Just pure attrition. But Thorgrim Grudgebearer, the High King, issuing orders to his folk, hold the Sons of Grungni. And you can see the Bray Shaman here. It's going to be the last of the Beastmen, really, with Morker the Shadowgave. A couple Minotaurs coming back in, but the Norgrimlings Ironbreakers are braced for this, and they're ready to hold. And the steam cannons up in the sky are shooting back against the Beastmen. Minotaurs are running for the hills. Thorgrim, Gotrek, and Felix fighting shoulder to shoulder. And the Beastmen are going to be banished once more into the Drakenwald Forest. No more will they fight. The High King Axe. The High King is such a cool character. Look at this guy. Just chopping at Morker. That is army losses and a Dawi victory. Hadri's is on the board. We have a 1-1 series here in this rubber match. There you go. Well played. Hey, Slim, thank you again for your donation during that. That was an epic one, man. That was a really, really good scrap. Yeah, look at that, man. The High King and his boys. Both players played a really good game, man. That was a good, proper scrap. I mean, that one felt like it was at least 15 minutes. Yeah. And since it's a rubber match, I'm gonna try my best to put him on a good, you know, map that is balanced. We'll do Prague. That's a good one. I don't want either player to feel cheated here. The dream team. I know, Shetland. It is. It is the dream team. Dude, that was such a good game. I love seeing the dwarves with their epic armies holding. Oh, it's such a good feeling. That was a fun one. Hadries is back on the board, baby. But the flying taco, he's ready to strike and go for the death blow. The heroes got some decent kills. Yeah, the Slayers had a lot, for sure, if you look at the Slayers. I know, people were sad when Jawi got squashed earlier in the tournament, but here you go. Beef, it's what's for dinner. I doubt the dwarves would eat that. They would probably consider it like tainted warp filth, which is accurate, actually. You definitely don't want any of that. So yeah, now they're going to do their picks and bans here for the last game. This is the rubber match here. Whoever wins this will win the prize. That was an awesome game indeed, man. I really enjoyed that one. That was a fun game to cast, to watch, to enjoy overall. This is best of 3. Best of 5 in Ultra Funds would just take like 10 years. So yeah. I can go get the Corn Berserkers right now too. Maybe I'll show you guys those. 1 second. Alright guys, let's get these bad boys going. Matthias Brackus, thank you for the fiver, man. Appreciate your support. Alright, cool. So microphone's on. Let me turn on some lights real quick. Satisfy the grudge. I don't know if you'll be able to see that well, so I'll try my best. Yeah, the lighting really isn't that good in front of the camera. Oh well, we'll try. So here is the first of the boys. Is he gonna do this? Hold on. Yeah, so you can see he has like the black and gold with like silver edge highlights. Oh, it's really hard to show you guys here. I'll just take a better picture. Also for the base, what I did is I did like Blood for the Blood God, like kind of puddles going on, which is pretty cool. So there's one Corn Berserker. He's got a chainsword, and also the Space Marine backpack has been kit bashed onto him. But so here's one. Yeah, it's really not capturing the quality well. Yeah, you can kind of see. Damn, quality sucks. Lighting's really bad in here too. I need to get a better situation. Here's the next one. And this is a really, really cool one. This guy has like a giant banner for corn. Yeah. So he's got, of course, 40k kit bashing as well. I'll take a really good quality picture and slap it up so you guys can see it. But like the amount of detail work you guys can't see here is a shame. There's like tons of really cool highlights on these guys. And yeah. Yeah, so I paint them kind of in like Black Legion-esque colors just to keep my Chaos Army uniform, but I can use them as like world leaders if I want to. This is actually the one I just painted last night. You can see he's got like a river of blood running between his legs there. And yeah, like the marks of corn are like emblazoned on the... Yeah, man. I'll take a better picture for you guys. The quality is just so bad here. Yeah. But yeah, I can even like give you guys a little rundown on how to paint those guys. It's really a really cool scheme actually. Yeah, the camera isn't focusing. Yeah. All right. All right, cool. I'll once I finish all the chaos stuff I'm working on, I can do a video for you guys so you can see all the goodies. Yes. Cool. So players are doing their picks and bans. I know the phrasing was pretty bad there, Christopher, for sure. I'm an okay painter. I'm pretty decent. Now that my hand's getting better too, I've been able to paint longer, which is nice. Lady Turin is a better painter than I am. She actually painted the one with the flag, which is the best one. I painted the other two. I don't have Karn. I'm actually... So what I'm doing for my World Leaders army, I'm not going to be using Karn. I'm going to be using a Chaos Lord with Gorefather. And what I'm doing for that is I got a Mighty Lord of Khorne from Age of Sigmar, and I'm just kit bashing him. I'm giving him a different head, a 40k head, a power armor backpack, and I'm also going to give him a jump pack in the form of like demonic wings. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. Paint stream would be interesting, yeah. Lady Turin is a much better painter than me, but she doesn't enjoy it as much. She just does it to hang out with me. Like, she doesn't like ever go do it on her own. 40k, that is. Just wait till I show you guys an up-close picture. They're really good. So the thing is, if you guys are painting black in like... Oh, no, please, no. No, God, no. No, not the mirror match. Not an Ultra Funds. No. Why? Don't do this to me. You have so many factions to choose from. Come on, guys. Oh, my God, why? I hate this. Why are you doing this to me? Come on. This is just going to be a cluster of savage orcs banging on each other. Oh my god. Oh god. Jesus. I can't believe they're doing this to me. I can't believe this. There's such a combination in chat of no, please, no. Then some people are like yelling wah and yes. And oh my god. The dreaded mirror. Dude, this is so horrible. I hate this so much. And they're both, they did this just to troll me. I guarantee you they're in a Discord chat together just cackling right now. Just freaking cackling. Lich109's like, I love this. I don't love it. Now, this is a finale. I know it is. I know it is. At least one of them is having the common decency to go with bloody hands. Bloody, you know, Wurzag is going to probably, in my opinion, hands down be the best lord for Greenskins in this format. Because you're going to have exponentially more troops. The players have a maximum army size of 40. So getting that force multiplying effect with the Bonewood Staff, I think, is pretty OP. Slaneshi, thank you for the $5 wah in chat. So you guys got dwarves. Now it's time for the other end of the spectrum. You get your Greenskins. I can't believe you've done this. I know. This was coordinated for sure. They're scheming, dude. I would be cackling in Discord too. I know. Well, Shock Me saying they see the thing is like, yeah, I could say like no mirror matches, but like I don't want to like, it is a viable part of multiplayer to pick a mirror match. I don't want to be like a dick about it just because it's my personal preference. Like I want them to have a good time too. So I could obviously ban it, but like it's part of the game. So you gotta leave it, in my opinion. Well, here guys, I will remove ladder limits, keep same SE count, but now you can get more things. All right, so I'm turning off unit caps. They're going to keep the same limitations in general, but now they're going to be able to get more rogue idols, because I know that's what you guys want to see. So now you could see the dreaded triple rogue idol. Or 4 rogue idols. There's going to be idols. Most likely. Yeah. Flying this is my vengeance. I'm opening up the rogue idols. Because rogue idols are limited to 1, which is kind of stupid since they're like, you know, not that powerful. So I'm going to make it so they have to keep 5 single entities still, just like banner rules, but they can now get more idols. Yeah. Ladder army limits are pretty similar. I mean, it's usually like 5 or 6 of any given unit with, but it's less strict in certain aspects. Because I don't think I think it's stupid to limit the rogue idol. Yeah. It would be interesting to play like a large funds tourney too with like no rules regarding picks as well. But then you'd probably just get like doom stacks of like Necrofex Colossus. Yeah. This should be interesting now. Certainly a proper scrap. 1 sec, guys. But stay. Hadri's is just clarifying the rules. So, okay, this last game is just going to be wild as hell. Since I'm cutting the ladder limits, you guys are about to see the... Unless... Okay, so Taco and Hadri's are discussing right now, since it's in a mirror match and like it's perfectly asymmetrical or symmetrical. They're discussing maybe using campaign units. I'm not sure. Okay, so just limits on SE. Enjoy. Okay, this is gonna be wild. It's going to be wild as hell. I have no idea what's going to happen. Will there be a tourney with campaign exclusive units? Richard Steinberger, we have had that tournament a couple times. There's some up on the channel if you want to go back and watch, but maybe in the near future. It gets a little bit OP because the Knights of Calidor just wreck everyone because they have like super OP dragons that like have rebirth on them and stuff. Yeah. It's a hard one to balance because not every faction has campaign exclusive, so you only see the same factions. That's the main problem with that format. Hang on, let's get the Condom Wolf blocker. I'm going to take a look at these armies. Oh my god. That is a monstrosity of an army if I have ever seen one. Very different armies, actually. I mean, they have a couple of core similarities, but very different in terms of fundamental functioning. Yeah? Interesting. All right. All right, I dig it. You know, they didn't even really go that crazy with the single entities, to be honest. Like, looking at the armies. There's some big Chungai in there. When will we get the dreaded Haggard Mirror Match tournament? Dude, no. Mads, that's never happening. Never. I mean, all the players could scheme and just force me into mirror matches every single game. Daniel, you say, I got a shout out from a viewer on Hotline League. It was fun hearing your name on a pretty visible podcast. Hotline League. Let me check that out. It sounds familiar. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's like is that like Travis Gifford and all those folks? That's cool. Really nice of them, man. Good to hear that. I'm glad some people enjoy the Total War Haggard RTS experience. You guys like the Skin Wolf condoms? I think it's my favorite thing. It was made by HM. He didn't want a shout out or a link to any of his stuff. He just wanted to contribute the Skin Wolf advertisement, and that's it. It's a pretty awesome wolf. Consider doing a tournament at FFA where all players pick armies and randomize which one. It could be interesting. It's a lot of shuffling around, though. It could be good. It was the newest one? Yeah, I'll check it out. I will check it out, man. You're 90% sure Greenskins will win? Well, okay, so looking at the armies... You know what, guys? What we can do now is now that they're both readied, is we can look at the armies here together real quick. So then we can just kind of focus on the battle more. So you can see Hadri's is Stone Trolls, Doom Divers, Rogue Idol, Wurzag with double Black Orc Big Boss, right? The fundamental difference being is it's a Goblin Great Shaman with 2 River Troll Hags, Stone Trolls, and like, yeah, the Bob and Doom Diver versus like Haggard Rock Lobbers and like Goblin Great Shaman is more or less the substantial difference between those two armies. Wait, what? Skin Wolf condoms? Yeah, man. It's all the hype. They work 60% of the time every time. Made from mammoth snouts, apparently, according to that advertisement. So good. It doesn't lag that much, Rhinox. Like this, I've casted best of 7s and best of 5s and Everchosens, which have been like twice as laggy as this. You just got to find players who have good PCs and good connections, and usually you can get away with it. So. Yeah, a tabletop style tournament, something I want to do. Obviously, that's Sotek's jam, but if he doesn't plan on doing them anymore, I could talk to him about doing it. Maybe we could cast it together on the channel. But I will be getting Faction Wars very, very soon. That one's coming up in the next couple weeks. Yeah. So, like you guys saw, the Bloody Hands army is going to be double Bob. So we have double Bob and Wurzag just cutting some grass here, dancing up a storm. And yeah, Bonewood Staff is insanely powerful. This entire army is going to get super buffed. His battle line is Orc Biggins, Savage Orc Biggins, mixed with Black Orcs, and a shit ton of Stone Trolls with some regular Trolls, and 1 Rogue Idol, Goblin Wolf Chariots, and Doom Divers. So yeah, really, Wurzag is the big differentiating factor here with Doom Diver Catapults. So for this Greenskin army, it's going to be led by, I believe, the Goblin Great Shaman. But yeah, we have pretty much a similar amount of Trolls. We have the Arachnarok Queen here for Hadries with a Debiggin as well. So Debiggin, Thicc, and Debig Chungus is here as well for that force. But nonetheless, it is going to be Giant River Troll Hag sniping time. So it looks like it's going to be 1 Hag for a slow, and the other Hag is going to be the actual spellcaster with just leadership effects and things like that. Goblin Great Shaman is going to be the Lord. Certainly not bad. Anti-large, armor piercing, also does have the arcane conduit and access to the Don't Even Try, which is essentially an arcane unforging effect. So, Lich 109, I hear Skinwolf condoms have bonus first large. Can you confirm? Dude, I like where you went with that, man. I cannot confirm or deny. You have to find out for yourself. Bonus first large. That's so good, dude. Lich 109, thank you for your donation, brother. And yeah, this is pretty much it, man. The scrap's underway. The infantry fight is going to heavily favor probably the Flying Tacos Bloody Hands, simply because of Wurzag spam casting. Like, there's going to be a huge melee attack buff on the entire battle line. So how can Hadries like defend against that, you know? It's going to be tough. They both have Rogue Idols, you know, so that's not really going to be a differentiating factor. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. Hadries going for a bit of a defensive box here. And it seems that's his kind of more of his playstyle. Not like a Bach. He doesn't play like box playstyles, but he usually keeps his armies pretty tight together, in my experience. So we'll see how this unfolds. Hadries, of course, a Dark Lord as his Flying Taco. I have to admit, the Bobs plus the Wurzag buffs, I feel like it's a little bit stronger than what I'm seeing on the other side. Yeah. It's interesting. Skinwolf condoms are most certainly not armor piercing, unfortunately. Skinwolves are not armor-piercing units. I mean, they have AP values, but of course they're pretty poor, so... You don't want to be able to pierce your Skinwolf, man. You know, if you break it, then it's only going to work no percent of the time, 100% of the time. How can boys defend against such reckless hate? I have no idea. Honestly, you know, casting is one thing, guys, but I think for the sake of this battle, it's mainly just going to be us shooting the shit while things happen, because it's going to be an absolute circus. Absolute circus. Nicholas Morgenthaler, thank you so much for the 20 CHF. Thanks for all the fun content. I got you covered, man. Fun times to come. We're going deep, baby. Doom Divers are really big here, actually. They will do very, very well against the Black Orcs. But you have to remember, there's Rock Clobbers as well from Hadries. Not as many, though. I think he's only got like 3. Rock Clobbers, yeah, won't be quite as good. So another advantage there, but the monster fight definitely is a little bit better for Hadries. He's got double Spider plus Rogue Idol, whereas the monsters for Flying Taco is Rogue Idol with, no Spider. So the monstrous advantage is going to Hadries if he can force like a blob, but Stone Trolls aren't bad. Doom Divers, of course, have good AP values. There's so much crazy stuff you could do here. Yeah, no Grimgore, unfortunately. I was hoping we'd see the Dark Lord himself. Good luck, have fun. Looks like Hadries is ready. What a champ. Are those boys dwarves in disguise? I don't think so. Hadries does also have the advantage of the Skirmish Corps. He's got the Spider Riders. It doesn't look like Taco really invested in much mobility aside from the Wolf Chariots, which I suppose can kind of function as something to chase someone off the battlefield. Yeah, who knows? No Fanatics, I think. I'm not seeing the ROR Fanatics here. It looks like it's literally just big and Savage Orcs and Black Orcs for both players. Just going for the straight business. I would have loved to have seen a 40 Doomstack of like goblins, just like haggard, terrible infantry. Yeah. There's a lot of fun stuff you could do. And now the battle is underway. It looks like the Debiggin is going to be throwing his first boulder shots. I think he was throwing at the Orc Biggins here. Going after his Biggin cousins. So let's just kind of keep tabs here. In the meantime, Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers are going to be kind of poking and harassing, but the Doom Diver Catapults are shooting at them, so certainly not their favorite situation in the world. Here comes a shot. Oh, it looks like he's going after the Doom Diver Catapults. Oh, alright. Hadrian's trying to snipe the enemy artillery. See how that works out. This Rogue Idol, I think, is like trying to block or something. It looks like he's moving in front here. So Vindictive Glare going to be going down from the Goblin Great Shaman, going to be attempting to snipe Bob. Bob has 3,100 HP, down to 2,800. Not great damage, not bad. Wurzag certainly would take more damage from such sniping, but maybe his dance moves make him a little bit of a harder target to snipe. So The ECL Finals. So how it's going to work is the first round of the ECL Finals is going to be the players playing the round of 8 offline. They're going to send me replays, and then I will schedule 2 streams. One is going to be casting the replays, and then the second one is going to be 100% live for the top 4. The ball's dropping here. 1 Doom Diver Catapult is down for the count. Doom Diver Catapults have switched their focus. You can see all 5 of these mighty goblin lads going deep into enemy lines. Hammering into the Hammer of Gork and some of these other assets. Looks like pretty inaccurate. You would think the Doom Divers would be winning that artillery trade, but so far, Hadri's is doing very well in the skirmish game. But the Bloody Hands are really going to shine when they're in melee combat. Spider Rider Archer is able to fend off the Goblin Wolf Rider Chariots with superior firepower. No surprises there. And the Goblin Great Shaman looking to continue his gooning quest, really methodically focusing down the Black Orc Big Boss. Another Vindictive Glare coming in. That was a better one. Takes him down to about 2,500. Certainly quite good, getting rid of that immune to psychology bubble. Because yeah, it's going to be gross. Like Black Orc Big Boss is giving all these guys immune to psych. Granted, Black Orcs already have it, but you know, Biggins and things like that certainly really do enjoy that. So yeah, the Rock Lobber is actually vastly winning the artillery duels. Very surprising. I thought the Doom Divers would be more effective here, but the Rock Lobbers plus the Biggin are crushing the Doom Diver catapults here of Flying Taco. So Taco really needs to get in melee and get this party started because the missile phase is going quite well here for the forces of Hadri's. Hadri's does, of course, also have the Biggin who can give itself extra ammo by hurting itself. And it looks like he might have done that. No, I don't think so, actually. Biggin's just hanging out there enjoying life. And Savage Orc Biggins are being picked apart by some of the skirmishers here. Spider Rider Archer shooting downtown and really doing big HP damage against those Savage Orc Biggins. Quite nice. Wolf Chariots being used to push them back. So Wolf Chariots, of course, a little bit more durable. They are, you know, low entity count models, so they can take a lot of firepower per model. And they're going to be charging in to try and screen here, and it looks like some sort of witchcraft is going to be going down. I'm not sure what that is. Gotta be careful with those Wolf Chariots. Oh, nice Spiderling summon. So Spiderlings were summoned by the Arachnarok Queen of Hadri's, which may be able to trap up those Wolf Riders and keep them from getting away. But it looks like they're still able to get away from the big old Spider Boss here. Another missile attack coming in from the Goblin Great Shaman using all of its sniping to goon out this one character here, and it seems to be paying off. That Black Orc Big Boss. Oh, Foot of Gork going down, and a Foot of Gork stomps the yard, smashing Black Orcs. I don't even know who cast that. I guess it was Wurzag, but it did smash those Black Orcs pretty good, but also smashed his own Orc Biggins. So now Stone Trolls and Black Orcs are going to be battling other Black Orcs, so it's just Orcs on Orcs on Orcs. Just absolute anarchy here as the front line. Like, this is why I don't like casting mirror matches. You just simply cannot tell who is who here. There's literally no way to tell with these Black Orcs, which is pretty ridiculous, but it's all fun. It's making for a good time. Rock Lobber line still functional and shooting. It looks like they've now switched their firepower perhaps onto the Black Orcs that are approaching. The Big Chungus here going to be throwing his boulder going downtown, smashing one of those trolls in the face, and the guy does like a front flip and then a back flip, just flying all over the place. And yeah, we will see. Hadri's, of course, does, like I said, have the monster advantage. We have his Goblin Great Shaman battling the Rogue Idol of Flying Taco. The Arachnarok Queen is nearby as well, with some Savage Orc Biggins, so he could potentially pull his Arachnarok Queen over here, as well as the Biggin to come in and fight this. Granted, the Goblin Great Shaman will be able to beat the Rogue Idol one-on-one, most likely. Rogue Idols are actually pretty god-awful at dealing with enemy monsters, in my experience. So now a big flanking effort coming in from the Taco. We definitely need to see some Bonewood Staff action. I don't think it's active right now. Stone Trolls charge in a little bit aggressively here from the Taco, and Hadri is able to countercharge with Savage Orcs and his own Stone Trolls, which is going to be a very poor engagement. So a little bit of a lapse of engagement control over here from the Taco, but it's not the end of the world. Frontline, of course, is going to be favoring, you know, the Black Orcs of the Bloody Hands, backed up by a Big Boss, backed up by a Bonewood Staff. There's so many layers of buffs here, and you can see these Black Orcs ready to party. So the first Wah has been resounded here. Hadri's going to be getting that Wah advantage, and his Trolls are going to be certainly crumping some of these Black Orcs. A Wah activated on both sides. So these Black Orcs, yeah, this is not a good engagement for the Black Orcs here. They're going to get pound town by those Trolls. Bob will keep him fighting for quite some time. However, Flying Taco is able to push through the front line of Hadri's, which is much more sparse due to his investment in monsters. Is going to be collapsing here. Now in the back, we have the annoying skirmish units. Oh, this is good. Hadri's actually able to get his Spider Riders and compromising all the Doom Diver catapults. Just goes to show, man, what a little mobility can bring to the table is just so good. So yeah, those Doom Diver catapults going to be going down here, and it looks like Hadri's pulling ahead on the bounce of power. Granted, his Goblin Great Shaman does take a bit of a walloping there from the Rogue Idol and Bob, so it looks like there was a Bob helping out there as well. And I think the Rogue Idol, Debiggin of Hadri, certainly needs to get its hands dirty. Oh, look at that! The Black Orc Big Boss was punted by the Arachnarok Queen right into the mouth of Debiggin. Oh, what a thematic situation. The Black Orc Big Boss just tossed And now you can see the big boy going to be clapping some orc cheeks here. Coming down and squashing. Oh, that troll just got deleted. Oh, no, he didn't. He survived. No, he was clapping the big boss. That's why. So that big boss quite literally got punted into the mouth of Debiggen. That was a pretty glorious situation. Goblin Great Shaman has fallen back here. He's actually wavering, being chased down by some trolls, using a vindictive glare there as well. If we look at the back line, Hadri seems to be holding well. I mean, these Savage Orc Biggins are heavily outmanned here. Over here, Black Orcs and River Troll Hag are probably in a winning situation as well. I don't know, maybe not with the Stone Trolls, but yeah, the fact that all those Doomdiver catapults got taken offline, there's some, loose trolls chasing over here, not really being useful, and also some goblins forgotten about on the edge of the map. A couple units here that could be pushed into combat as well would be very nice. And yeah, Bonewood Staff is active, so if you look here, the Black Orcs, they're currently rocking, we need to find some Black Orcs of the Wurzag army. I don't know if there's any still fighting, but yeah, massive melee attack buff. Savage Orc Biggins rocking 60 melee attack here. So I'd even try being used on these Stone Trolls. He got pimp slapped into another dimension. It's 100% true. The Biggin here is active, fighting. A Foot of Gork going down to the far side of the map is going to be squashing the Savage Orc battle lines. And is Flying Taco coming back? It looks like Wurzag is dancing up a storm here, creeping his way back into this battle. Man, we got a good proper scrap on our hands here. Your boy Wurzag, he's been known to cut some rug in his day. Major Pain of Total War Warhammer, still dancing up a storm. Y is active. And yeah, it's looking pretty good here. Balance of power is certainly still favoring the forces of Hadri's, largely due to the fact that his monsters are still going strong. Granted, the Arachnaut Queen here about to be slapped up here by the Rogue Idol. Like I said, Rogue Idol's not great here, but this Rogue Idol, oh my god, 1,000 weapon strength on this Rogue Idol. It will absolutely slap whatever it hits. It should definitely go in and finish off the Queen, but it looks like it's going after Debiggen. Because Rogue Idols, the more damage they get, they actually do get damage buffs, which is really funny. So Rogue Idols can have an obscene amount of weapon strength. Aspect of the Dread Knight used here on Debiggen, which is interesting because it already causes terror. Maybe a little bit of a... Oh, it was overcasted, so it wasn't targeting that in general. Okay. And yeah, he's able to get some terror outs here. Goblin Wolf Chariot and the boys are going to be running for the hills. Balance of power is still pretty even. I mean, the Bloody Hands are getting a bit of a second wind. You can see here, they're all pushing in. Flying Taco, ever the tenacious foe. And honestly, not doing too bad in the monsters fight. Here he does have the Black Orc Big Boss and his own Rogue Idol fighting, but there's still a Spider here. A lot of Black Orcs. And what is going on over here? Did I see some leadership situation not going well? Wurzag actually took a lot of damage from some Spider Riders, but looks like he is liberated by a couple Black Orcs there. Those bad boys are able to save him. And yeah, look at this. The clapping going back and forth. Debiggen fighting its inferior cousin. They're basically just going fisticuffs with one another. We'll see. How much HP on this guy? 4,000. Oh, a huge karate chop. Yeah, and Debiggen is much healthier too, so that's going to be a tough one. Arachnaut Queen is actually getting very low. Bob and the Stone Troll. Stone Trolls actually have really, really good general AP values and good melee attack. So Stone Trolls with Bonewood Staff support can really just do some nasty work. And you can see they're actually able to break through and take out the Arachnaut Queen with their big old Crumpin clubs. And here, Debiggen still just kind of clapping on this Rogue Idol, getting him lower and lower, but the Goblin Great Shaman is piling its way back in with some Spiderling summons, and some Forest Goblin Spider Riders might be able to salvage this situation, because it looks like Flying Taco's boys are slowly starting to take over this situation here. I mean, Debiggen, of course, is winning its respective fight, but there is a lot of Stone Trolls fighting in here, and those guys are no joke. In the backfield, however, Hadri's has come out pretty far ahead. You can see Hadri's has been able to break the backs of all these Stone Trolls, and over here, Hadri's has also won this engagement. So yeah, I think once all these units kind of centralize and come back to save Debiggen and also support the Goblin Great Shaman, I think Hadri's Wa will win this. It's hard to say. Interesting stuff too. I think a big part of it was the Rock Lobbers. The Rock Lobbers got the better trades early. The mobility was able to get a ton of skirmish damage on Savage Orcs from those Spider Riders. And the monsters, obviously are pretty impactful against infantry, especially the Rogue Idol. So there you have it, my friends. The Black Orc Big Boss here getting a little bit beat up, but I think the monsters of Hadri's and the fact that he won so many other engagements on so many fronts, his army was very centralized also, whereas the Bloody Hands army had to get more of a wrap, so it felt like the Bloody Hands didn't engage all at once. I think Hadri's was able to get a little bit more combat efficiency out of his troops there, but it's hard to say. And yeah, that's going to be game. And Hadri's is going to be the champion of our big, thick Ultra Funds tournament. Well played with a 2-1 victory in the grand finals. That was certainly a way to end the stream. Certainly a way. Yeah, Wurzag just dancing in the corner somewhere. Yeah, 100%. He's just like, screw this shit, I'm out of here. I think Wurzag was in the corner. I can't even tell because there's so many units. So there you have it, my friends. Congratulations to Hadri's with a 2-1 comeback victory. Flying Taco with a very solid first victory. And then Hadri's coming back with the Dwarves and then the dreaded Greenskin mirror match. The Bloody Hands tried their hardest. I really thought Taco's army had the advantage, but I was proven wrong. And Hadrius came out victorious. Well played. Well played, guys. Let's update the bracket. This glorious bracket. Hadrius will emerge victorious in this meme battle of battles. He'll be winning the cash prize, which will be sent to him shortly after the event. Well played to him and Taco and Random Nicks and Ice Power Total War. We got triple Medusa. We got quad wagons. We got all sorts of ridiculous memes today. So it was quite a bit of fun, man. It was good. It's a good time for all. So that is going to be wrapping up today's stream. 3-hour, perfect stream length. I love it. And I just want to thank you guys all for joining. If you guys enjoyed the stream and the format, please do drop a like on the way out. It's pretty much how I gauge what you guys like as far as formats go. So if you did enjoy it, please do express your interest. If you didn't, don't worry about it. But yeah, thank you guys all for joining. A big thanks to the players for setting aside their afternoons to play here on stream. To our mods in chat for dropping links to Discord and battling the foul Slaanesh bots of the old world. And yeah, that's something. That is a little something. The rock, I did not know the rock clubbers would be that effective there, but they were. But yeah, sweeping those Doom Divers off the battlefield was huge too. That was a really, really solid play. Beautiful stuff indeed. And holy shit, guys, thank you for all your donations. We had some huge ones on stream today. So thank you to Nicholas Morgenthaler. We have Lich109, the Slaaneshi Master here. Mathis Brackus, Slim Nips for the 80. Thank you so much. Slaaneshi again for your very generous donations. Ryan G, Alex Sear, Connor, Garland Green, Mark Sow, Satchis Faximus, Thrain. I don't know why that name makes me laugh, but it does. And yeah, Slaaneshi again, Ryan G, Lich109, Nikai the Chad, Scott Walker, Samuel Hay, Nikai again, Slaanesh again, thank you, Scott, and then Gallahan with a fat 300. Gallahan, holy shit, man, thank you. Samuel Christensen, Imperial Gondola, and Brian Barrow with a fat 50 to kick off the stream. Dude, guys, I don't know what to say. You guys are just too generous, and yeah, you keep this lifeblood of this Turin family going. So thank you. And that's it. I appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna go hang out with my smoking hot wife and my gremlin beast Wookie. Maybe do a little bit of 40K painting. I'm not sure. But until then, you guys stay safe. Tomorrow, probably I might stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. There might be a little bit of tickling of the pickle tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, so I have physical therapy, so maybe not. Maybe I'll do something. I'm not sure. Maybe like a Crusader Kings casual stream. This weekend, there'll be a bigger stream. I'm not sure what format I've decided on yet, but I'm trying to decide. It could even be a faction war this weekend. I really need to just talk to some players and see. But yeah, the Slaanesh bot's been coalesced into one being. It's true. Yeah, the Dark Prince or Princess has called back her minions. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your support. Congratulations to Hadrius, our champion for today's extra thick tournament. And until next time, like I said, you guys stay safe. Avoid Nurgle's Plague at all costs. And yeah, do it to it. Cheers.